Hey guys, Rad Rob here from the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast. Before we get to today's program, I gotta have a little talk with you. Remember back in the day when even just a stiff breeze would get your soldier standing at attention? Yeah, I know as we get older, it doesn't happen as easily as it used to, but I may have something that will help you out. It's called Blue Chew. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know that they work. You can take it anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach, and since they're chewable, they will work up to twice as fast as the other pills. So you can be ready anytime it's time for your boy to go. This isn't just for guys who can't perform, it's for anybody who wants extra function to enhance their performance in the bedroom. I've tried it. Rad Wife can attest to that. Whenever I pop a Blue Chew, she knows it's go time. Most guys can talk a good game, but if you're one and done, Blue Chew can even help you follow through for round 2. Blue Chew is prescribed online and shipped straight to your door in a discreet package, so no in-person doctor's visit, no waiting in those lines at the pharmacy, and best of all, no more awkwardness. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships directly, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Right now, we got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free. That's right, your first shipment is free when you use our special promo code RAD. All you have to do is just pay $5 shipping and handling. Again, that's BLUEChew.com, promo code RAD to try it free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast. So visit BlueChew.com to get it on. Welcome, everybody, to Rad Turtle Wrestling Podcast, a hard-hitting, in-depth, cutting-edge look at today's product in the world of professional wrestling. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Rob Francois and Jeff Johnson. Hey guys, welcome back to the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Rob Francois, along with my best buddy, Jeff Johnson. What's going on, man?
What's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing great once we hit record.
Yeah.
We've been talking for the last hour and a half, and Jeff just realized, hey, man, did you hit record? Nope, goddamn didn't. So, hey, we're starting over.
Take 2, let's go, man.
Fuck, man. Thank God you noticed now and not like 3 hours from now, because I was having
Royal Rumble flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, fuck it, we'll just play a rerun this week. So, we're at episode 37 again. We had a lot, and a half. We have a lot going on this week. I do want to mention real quick, though, something our dick-faced producer mentioned to us, John Wangland. He got the analytics for us for this past week, and we are actually number 54 on the Spotify Top Movers chart. So we want to thank each and everyone for listening to us around the world, for making us trend on Spotify. That's a really big deal. There's a lot of content on Spotify, so thank you to everybody that's downloading our show.
Yeah, thank you guys. This means so much. This is so cool. Like, I cannot believe we're making moves like this, man. I mean, we know that we're over in France. We know that,
Right.
And we're getting these countries, but man, to chart number 54 on Movers, dude, that's such an honor.
And the fact that, you had mentioned the first time we recorded this, that I want to give you props for saying that. Like, people, we have fans. Like, people actually are taking time out of their day to listen to us just talk about wrestling. It just blows our minds. Like, we still can't fathom it.
Yeah, they could spend 2 hours, 3 hours of their life doing something else, but they dedicate that time to listen to us, and like it's such an honor. It's so cool, man, to think about. And
I figured after Rad Mania, no one's ever gonna want to hear us again because fuck.
Because there was 40 hours of content.
It's 40 hours of content, and Polly was like, "Fuck it, man! Goddamn, I gotta listen to every freaking show. You guys are a bunch of assholes." So, we'll get into that a little bit later. There's been some stuff carried over from last week that we have to address later on, but. Yeah, man. This is a usually a hot time of year. It's almost like having a new draft again. It's a superstar shakeup. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have people moving and shaking, being on different shows. We're gonna get some fresh new matchups. So let's get into the superstar shakeup edition of Monday Night Raw. Well, we came Montreal. Montreal is historically a really good wrestling town. Over the years with Jacques Rougeau and his promotions and various promotions that Jimmy Corderas was talking to us about over the years. So even PCO, was around that area too. So yeah, man, this is a pretty hot crowd from the start. And we had Stephanie McMahon lead off, which, goddamn.
Ooh, she looked good, man. She looked awesome.
Our favorite McMahon, Stephanie.
Yeah.
I swear to God, dude, like, she's around my age, and she looks pretty good for her early 40s. I'm not gonna lie, like,
yeah, dude, she's she looks awesome.
Triple H is a lucky guy, so
props to the game. He's playing the game well.
If he wasn't around, like, I would totally hit that. So
you wish. No, you wish.
I do. I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry. I know you're listening to the show. Please don't come to Tennessee and kick my ass. Fuck it. Come to my house and kick my ass then. That'd be a great story to tell my grandkids if I live. So,
if you need directions, I can show you because
right, yeah. We'll be Skyping from the hospital next week once I get my feeding tube removed. But I'm sorry, Paul. You have a lovely wife and she's fantastic. She's just, goddamn, she's smoking hot. But anyway, she came out and said, it's Superstar Shakeup time. She got kind of a lukewarm response from the crowd, but tell you who didn't get a lukewarm response and got a pretty positive response, and not in a good way.
Yeah,
was her brother Shane when she introduced him.
Yeah,
that as soon as she mentioned his name, before the music even hit, the crowd was booing. Like Shane has done such a fantastic job of getting himself over as a heel.
Yeah, he's got heat, man, for sure.
He's got some real nuclear heat. Like, dude. Credit to the fucking Miz for getting himself over as a babyface, because to be a good heel, you got to have a great face to work against, and Miz has really started to pull this shit off. Like, we didn't think he's going to do it based on the first time he had his face run, when Ric Flair kind of gave him the push and gave him the figure four. It's like they're pushing it down our throats. But this whole second time around, man, I am really loving this Miz part. So
me too. Yeah, they both been great. We've been talking about it for weeks. How great both of them have been.
It's been my favorite part of the show. It's really, honestly, It's been the highlight of my week. And I never thought I would say that about anything Miz, but
right.
You know what I mean? But it's the truth, man. Like, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
So Shane came out and just started talking shit. Oh, he had the ring announcer announce him as the best in the world. Yeah. I love this gimmick. It's fantastic. Like, it's so good. And they could carry this shit out for months. I wouldn't even care. Like, do it 3-4 times a match. I don't care if you guys get fucking bored or you think it's overkill. Like, I pop every time they do it.
When Shane had the Raw announcer do it, I actually thought he was going to be like, you know what? You're way better than Greg Hamilton. You're going to
right,
SmackDown.
Yeah, that would be
and then have the ring announcers switch shows. I really thought that might happen.
Dude, that's a fantastic idea. See, guys, you got to call us when you have ideas. Like, when you want to book a show, everybody, guys in the creative department at WWE. Call me or Jeff, or you know where to find us. Yeah. We're easy to find. Just call us if you need help.
Or you can email us, radturtleswrestling@gmail.com.
Exactly right. So yeah, they did the whole best in the world thing and had to my discredit, I'm not even sure what his name was, but he did a fantastic job. I'm sorry, I don't know who the Raw ring announcer is, but I guess he's just not as over. But yeah, so they're about to announce who the next or who the first superstar to join Raw is going to be, and the Miz's music starts playing. I'm like, oh shit! Like, is he really on Raw, or is he just trying to get his comeback on Shane?
Yeah.
So they're waiting for him to come down the ramp, and he comes from behind in the crowd and just waffles Shane from behind and starts beating the shit out. The only thing I kind of disagreed with at first was the fact that Miz started beating the shit out of Shane, and then Shane kind of got some offense in himself. Threw him against the LED post, and then threw him over the barricade. I'm like, dude, we've seen him beat the shit out of Miz already. Like, this is Miz's time to really, like, get some fucking payback and show some real fire, which he did, but then he got cut off. So do that during a match. I don't think you should do that during, like, a brawl or a pull apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this was pretty much the blow off, with Miz going to Raw. I felt like Miz should have had the upper hand the entire time, but it worked because it does get a little bit of heat on Shane going back to SmackDown. So it worked, but I'm with you. I kind of thought Miz should have had the upper hand the entire time.
Which he did get it back when he came back over the barricade. He had a chair with him, and he beat the shit out of Shane with a chair, and then he also had blood pouring out of, like, the top of his head. Like, I wonder if he got if you hit that LED post wrong, or I don't know.
Maybe Shane potatoed him because he's known for doing that.
Maybe, and like that fucking ring post is weird. Like it's got like 4 or 5 different sides and like jagged edges to it and all that. So
yeah. Even though it's like around a post, it has like edges to it, like corners.
Yeah, it's just really awkward to like try to hit it safely. So I mean, it could have come from that. You're right. Shane's pretty well known to be. Well, let's just say he doesn't know how to really pull his punches. He doesn't have a good working punch, really. So I mean, it could have come from one of those too.
Right.
But Miz got the upper hand, and what a great visual of him holding a chair up in the ring.
Oh yeah.
Standing on the ropes and blood pouring out of his face, and I thought it was great. A great way to end the first segment.
Yeah, awesome visual. Like, and it kind of showed Miz. You're like, he kind of looks like a badass.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
You know, like
I really done
like
a good job of making him look like a badass. Like,
yeah, because that's not something you think of with the Miz. But
I mean, only when you're watching the Marine 35. So I mean, that's
right.
That's the only reason. It's the only time he looks like a badass, right?
Right.
During his movies, but this is a great way to, in a hot way to start the show. So I enjoyed it, man. I had a good time with it.
I did too. Yeah, it was very effective. I liked it a lot.
Now, do you really think this is the blow off, or do you think they're going to have one more match? Because Shane's a McMahon, he can just pull the McMahon card and do whatever he wants. Like, do you think they'll fight at Money in the Bank and that'll be the blow off?
I guess they could, yeah, because I mean, really the only one that shows up on SmackDown. Oh, I guess Shane did, but Vince is kind of the one that's quote unquote running SmackDown, I guess.
I'm everywhere, goddammit. It's my company. I can do whatever I want.
Right.
But Shane's McMahon too, and he's part owner of the company. He could just pull the same thing and just show up whenever he wants. It's in Hartford for Money in the Bank, so it's in Connecticut. So I mean,
it's true.
You never know. You can play that card too. It's like, oh, I just thought I'd show up since it's my home. It's going to be in my hometown, and I'll finally finish you once and for all, Miz, and then Miz will finally be able to get the win, hopefully, because we had a kind of a fucked finish with the superplex off the scaffolding, and then Shane happening to land, by proxy, just landed on top of him and got the win. So I mean, it wasn't really a clean finish.
Right.
So maybe to put Miz over stronger, they'll finally have their blow off.
Yeah, I could see that. I think they do need to have that because it's been one of the hottest feuds. So I mean, they shouldn't just leave it off here. And the visual of Miz with blood running down his face and stuff. But they got to do something, man. They got to end this somehow.
Yeah, I agree. So going into our next segment. We saw Ricochet, and I'm like, oh shit, I guess Ricochet's on Raw. Or, like I tweeted out that just because somebody shows up on Raw one night doesn't mean that they can't be on SmackDown. Like they're making their final appearance on Raw, but they're really going to be on SmackDown because we saw that with, God damn, the Stars scored again. It's 5-0, dude, in the second period. I'm watching, as we're taping this Wednesday night, I'm watching the Game 3 of the Preds and the Stars from Dallas. And the Preds won Game 3, this is Game 4. Game 3, the Preds took from Dallas, in Dallas, so to go up 2-1, and they lit a fire under the Stars' ass. Like, it's fucking 5-0. Like, they're getting outplayed on both ends. I'm surprised they didn't pull Renee and put Soros in, but anyway, sorry, I'm just watching TV as we're recording it, so I just had to mention that. But yeah, Jeff Hardy won the U.S. title on Raw last year, and then moved over to SmackDown. So I'm like, oh fuck, that was weird. Like, we didn't expect that. So
right.
So I thought maybe even though we're seeing Ricochet and then Aleister Black came out, like, okay, well maybe tomorrow night on SmackDown they'll split them up and they'll be on their separate ways. But we'll get into SmackDown a little bit later on. We didn't expect them to stay as a tag team. We expected at the shakeup they would finally be like, all right, this is it. They're going to go their separate ways. And you had mentioned before that they usually put the NXT graphic up in front of their names, but this time it actually said Raw.
Yeah.
So they made it a point to put the Raw graphic in front of their name. So I'm assuming that's where they're going to be from now on.
Yeah, that was the only thing I noticed. They seemed like the announcers were like, does this mean they're on Raw? But never really actually said it. But then when the graphics came up, it wasn't the NXT graphic. It was the.
And I know
you
really wanted Ricochet on SmackDown, so
I did. I felt like it was a layup that these two guys would be separated different shows, and I'm really surprised they're on the same show still.
Right. Which, spoiler alert, I guess we'll get into that SmackDown later. It's so hard to separate both shows, and like not like if you guys didn't watch it and you're relying on us to give you a recap, it's kind of hard not to spoil things. But
right.
But yeah, as far as we know, they're not going to be on SmackDown. Like they usually have like a supplemental draft and shit. Like in the past that you don't normally see on TV. They'll announce names on like .com and like who got put over. Like Eric Young. We saw a graphic Eric Young pop up on Raw. Like, oh
yeah.
We didn't even know he wasn't even announced. Like, he just showed up. Here's some of the new guys that came over, and they showed the ones they announced, but it had Eric Young.
And Eric Young was there. It's like, when was he announced?
It's about like, God damn it, nobody talked about Eric Young.
Isn't he Canadian? Let's move him.
Let's move him. But yeah, and I think you had some details about Sanity not coming along.
Yeah, so Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane both put out a statement saying that Sanity's done. Okay. That they're pretty much dropping the gimmick, and Alexander Wolf actually said a goodbye to the WWE.
Oh wow!
So I don't know.
He's actually my favorite. Well, I love EY, but he's my second favorite of the three.
Yeah, and it was weird just the way he worded it. So I don't know if he's leaving the company, if he's going back down to NXT. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but from what they're saying, Sanity is completely done though.
Huh. Okay. Well, I mean that sucks. It's good to have EY on Raw. Like, I hope it keeps the same music. Like, it's such a cool entrance.
Yeah, I hope he keeps the entire gimmick because the gimmick's great. I love the Sanity gimmick. So, and Nikki Cross kind of is still doing it in a way. So, but because you don't want EY to be a generic looking babyface or something like that's not.
No, he'll get lost. He'll be a mid card like No Way Jose and all that, which he still might be anyway. But at least let him keep his gimmick. So if he's gonna get booked out of fucking out of existence, at least have him do his gimmick on the way out.
I love his finisher too. That wheelbarrow neckbreaker.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, he's a great wrestler, man. Yeah, he is. He's totally underrated. Like, I thought he was fantastic in TNA.
Yeah, I'm a huge EY fan.
He's a great self promoter too, and he lives right in Nashville near me. So
yeah,
but yeah.
And for those of you that never heard him talk, he does not sound anything like he looks.
No, he doesn't. He got a real deep, gravelly voice.
Like, it's awesome. Like first time I heard him talk, I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "That coming from him?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he's awesome though. He's so good.
Right. So we had Ricochet and Aleister Black teaming up with Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, taking on the Revival and the Viking Experience.
Yeah.
What the people are like that don't watch this shit? Are like, what the fuck is the Viking Experience?
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me. Like,
right? We don't know either. But explain to them who they were.
They were or are or were, I don't know. Yeah. The current NXT Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders.
Yeah.
And they not only did they change their tag team name, but they changed their individual names. So now they're called Ivar and Eric.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, I didn't like the fact they changed their tag team name, and we're gonna get to why we think they did that here in a minute. But why fuck with their individual names?
Yeah, like I don't get that.
I
thought Hanson and Rowe was fine. And it's funny, like, Rowe became Eric, but Eric Rowan lost the first name Eric recently. So it's what? It's so confusing.
Ivar or Ivar? I don't even think the announcers knew how to fucking pronounce it.
Yeah, I think it's Ivar.
Okay, so...
It's like Ivan, just with an R.
Ivar and Eric.
Eric.
That's a real fucking Viking name, is Eric, right?
It's like the name of a morning show, like Ivar and Eric in the morning.
Right? Yeah. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, you have a pretty hot take on why you think this happened. So let's just jump right into this week's edition of Thinking Outside the Shell with Jeff Johnson.
All right, guys. So, like most of you, I was not happy when I first heard them announce. I was like, the Viking Experience, like what is that? And when they came out, I knew who they were, but I was like, okay, they changed their name, and then the announcers straight up said, okay, this is Eric and Ivar. And I'm like, no, this is Hanson and Rowe. Like, okay, I guess I'll play. At first I was with most of you guys. Everybody online was upset about it, wondering, oh, this is stupid. Why'd they change their name? I get it. Don't get me wrong. I totally get it. I understand. But I was listening to Taz today, and Taz came up with a couple of really good points that I wanted to point out to you guys. He was talking about when his name got changed, because when he came to the WWE, he was Taz with one Z. Well, then they added the second Z. But he said that during their negotiation process, that wasn't even something that came up. They talked about the money, they talked about the years. That's what they talked about. And then a couple of weeks later, he got his contract, and he and his lawyer looked at it, and that's when they saw the second Z. So then he called Jim Ross and Vince McMahon, and they had like a 2-minute discussion about it. And he just asked him, why is there a second Z? And they said, well, because we have to be able to market you, under us. And, we got to have the intellectual property of your name. So that's why we're doing it. I know this isn't the exact same situation, but it is very similar too. And for all of you that are upset and think like this is going to bury them, this is going to diminish them, there's two things that you got to realize. The most important things about these two guys on the main roster. The first thing is that they're getting more money now. The people in NXT don't make the same money the people on the main roster make. So they're getting huge pay raises compared to what they're making. So thinking about their livelihood, that's very important. And also now they're getting exposure. Yes, they had great matches on NXT, but the NXT audience is nothing compared to the Raw or SmackDown audience. It's a very, very small percentage compared to it. So these guys are on the main roster now, and it's not like they were buried in this match. They won the match. They pinned the tag team champions, and they were super impressive in doing it. So that's what you guys got to look at when it comes to this. You got to look at the big picture, is that these two awesome athletes, this awesome tag team, is now part of the Raw division, the Raw tag team division. And I know a lot of people have talked about how, the tag team division on Raw is really weak, that there really isn't tag team wrestling. We miss tag team wrestling. Well, now we're getting it. And we're getting one of the best tag teams in the world on Raw. And there's also another team that came to Raw a little bit later, which we'll talk about, that really, really excites me, that a feud between these two teams are going to happen. But yes, guys, the name sucks. It does. I get it. It really does. But it's one of those things where in 3 or 4 weeks, you're not even gonna think about it. When Rusev lost his first name, when Cesaro lost his first name, when Ali's already catching on. It's fine. Name changes are something that people talk about for a couple days, talk about for a week, and then they just get over it. Trust me, this is not going to be any different. You're going to be calling them the Viking Experience, and you're probably not even going to remember the War Raiders at the top of your mind. You might think, oh yeah, I remember when they were called the War Raiders, and that's it. That's all it's going to be. So look at the big picture, guys. Realize how awesome it is we have one of the best tag teams in the world on Raw, and be happy about it.
Yep, I agree, man. That's very well put. And I kind of mentioned on Facebook similar things that, goddamn, there's so many people pissed off on Twitter over this whole thing. Like,
a lot, yeah.
Just God, it's wrestling. Like, to get over this shit. Like, it's entertainment. If you don't like it, go watch something else. Like, there's plenty of different options out there for everybody. But let's give these guys credit for busting their ass in indies and ROH over the years and getting on the main roster. Like, we can do a whole show on how we think the booking of NXT stars in the main roster has been shit.
Right.
But that, put that aside, this is where everybody wants to be. Like, anybody that's in wrestling wants to be in the WWE. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody in AEW says or ROH or Impact. There's a lot of guys and girls that still think WWE is the place to be. They're the number one company, and to be on the main roster is a pretty big fucking deal. And like you said, there's a lot more money involved, and there's a lot more exposure involved. That the Viking Experience, the War Raiders, whatever you want to call them, are probably going to be in SummerSlam this year, and hopefully WrestleMania next year. Yep. That's a huge deal. I don't give a fuck what they're called. Call them whatever you want, but kudos to them, man, for making it big and making a statement. Like you said, they got pushed quickly in NXT. Like, they became the tag team champions 2 takeovers ago. And defended them at WrestleMania weekend. That's a big deal, man. Like, they've earned that spot.
Yeah. And getting a grand entrance at Takeover and having a big match in front of 16,000 people is great. Don't get me wrong, but you know what? I'm sure both these guys would be a lot happier going in front of 80,000 people going for the tag team titles.
Yeah, exactly.
Just that experience itself, well, it's awesome. So.
Since you mentioned grand entrance and experience, that's probably how Vince came up with this fucking name. Like, to his credit, he runs a $1 billion company. He has a lot of people working under him. I know they have a lot of conference calls and a lot of shit like that, but I don't think he's as hands-on, like Mike Mullins had mentioned. I don't think he's as hands-on as people think he is. Like, they'll run, scripts and shit by his desk, and they'll be like, all right, he'll redline it and give his corrections and all that. But
Right.
We don't even know if he even saw tape of these guys before, like from NXT. Like, I go back to Steve Austin talking about when he first came into the WWF from ECW. Vince had heard about him, knew that he was a great wrestler, knew he was a good hand, and he had worked in WCW for a long time. But I don't think he even ever saw anything from ECW because he brings him in as a fucking ringmaster.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if he had watched his promos that he did in ECW, he might have had a Stone Cold type gimmick from the start. But Vince Vince doesn't watch everything, and I guarantee.
And he probably can't. He probably doesn't have time.
He probably doesn't have time, and I can almost guarantee he's not at the NXT tapings. He may have not even been at the takeovers, live.
Right.
So I guarantee, like Triple H said, "Hey man, I got a really hot tag team I want to bring up. Do you want to take a look at him?" Yeah, all right, goddamn, show me the tape. And then he shows them their entrance, their from fucking takeover with the whole fucking all the Vikings come out with the fucking beating the drums and shit like that and all that. He's like, wow, look at that entrance. Oh, they look like Vikings. Oh, what experience. Oh, I got it. Let's call them the Viking Experience. God damn it, I love it, pal. That's exactly what happened.
I love it too, boss. That sounds so good.
Yeah, Big Johnny had to fucking give it seal of approval.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. He saw a tape. He's like, that's amazing. That entrance is so grand. It's an experience. It's the Viking Experience. That's what happened. I guarantee 100% word for word that's what happened.
And it's probably a 2-minute. He probably didn't watch the match. The match was awesome.
No, fuck, he didn't even need to see the match.
No, he just saw the entrance and goes, perfect. That's I want them on Raw.
Yeah, exactly. And Triple H sitting there like, oh fuck, why did I have to show him the goddamn
Triple H is like, damn it.
Like, I could have just brought him up like everybody else and not even shown him the tape, but that's my bad. So but you gotta think of it this way, man. It's a PG company, right?
Uh-huh.
They have a board of directors they have to answer to.
Yeah.
They have sponsors that they have to answer to. War might not be the marketable thing to do right now.
That's true.
It's not highly marketable. So
which is why Raw isn't known as Raw is War anymore, and it hasn't been for a long time.
Right. So I just guarantee, from a marketing point of view, which a lot of people don't understand or don't care to understand, they have to be able to market these guys to everybody, to their sponsors, to even though they're a heel tag team, they still want to give out merchandise to kids and all that stuff. And you don't want your kids walking around with War Raiders, shit on like that. Like, what are their teachers and shit gonna say? You know what I mean? So you got to look at the big picture. Put all this bullshit aside. It's for one, like I said, it's fucking wrestling. Like, everybody needs to get over themselves.
Yeah.
But two, looking at the grand picture, the Viking Experience, or even just call them the Vikings. They may just drop the experience at one time or another and just call them the Vikings or whatever, but you have to be able to market it to the masses. That's all it was. It was just a marketing decision. It was a money decision.
That's all it was. Yep, exactly. You nailed it.
And like I said, who gives a fuck what they're called, man? These guys have made it to the big time.
And they're awesome.
So happy for them. And they're awesome.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some fresh new matchups on Raw. And the tag team division is going to get better by proxy of them being there. So I love it. I fuck the name. I'm glad they're there.
Me too. And that's what matters. That's what matters for the fans, for the company, for those guys. Yep. They're on the main roster.
And they got booked clean and strong, man. They won the match. So, I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yep, sure is.
Well, that leads us to something I'm actually really excited about, and they didn't change his name. We saw a video after this of Cedric Alexander. He's coming to Raw. Yeah. He's leaving 205 Live, and we're going to see Cedric Alexander on the big show.
I'm excited, dude. I'm a huge Cedric fan. Like, I remember watching him in the Cruiserweight Classic. Of course, I watched him in Ring of Honor. I got to watch him live, and like, that's one of the best matches I saw with him in it.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, and then the Cruiserweight Classic he was in, he got the big ovation from the crowd. Please sign Cedric. And Triple H walked out. Awesome moment. Like, I'm a huge fan of this guy, and he's got one of the best finishers in the company. The lumbar check is so good, man.
It is really good. It's one of my favorites too. And we have seen him on Raw before when they were highlighting their cruiserweights, like turn fucking purple ropes and shit like that. Like, we don't even
about that.
Yeah, we don't even see it anymore. But
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. So we do have some exposure to him, but because I don't watch 205 Live at all, to be honest. But I do know that he's fantastic, and I'm glad he's going to get to show his abilities on the big show. So
yeah, I don't expect him to get the Ali push like Ali did when he came to SmackDown, but I'd love to see him in that upper mid card, maybe feuding. Okay, so real quick, on a little sidebar here. Samoa Joe was supposed to be on Raw Monday.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, he was supposed to be there, but he was super sick. They said he could barely even function.
Yeah.
So that's why you didn't see him on either Raw or SmackDown. But Samoa Joe's going to be on Raw, and he's bringing the United States title with him. So I would love to see like a feud between Cedric Alexander and Samoa Joe. Like that would be great.
That would be great. Or Cedric against the person that came out in their next match is Andrade.
Yeah.
We have Andrade on Raw.
That'd be a fun feud. That'd be an awesome feud.
Yeah, it would be. So Andrade took on Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion. So I'm like, and I even tweeted out, just because these guys are on one show, doesn't mean they're going to be on another show. So spoiler alert, since you already know that Samoa Joe's coming on Raw, Finn Balor went to SmackDown. So, I mean, that's kind of what we expected. We really wanted Finn to be on SmackDown, so we called that one.
Yep. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little more when we get to it. Yeah. But that is that's been needed. That's been needed for a long time, in my opinion.
Yep. So Andrade and Selena were here, which kind of sucks for Charlotte.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because she's still technically on SmackDown, and her and Andrade are dating. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? You're not Becky and Seth, so you're not that good.
That's true. Power couple.
But they booked Andrade for the win here, and that's great to keep him strong because Finn's been really strong lately too.
Yeah, he has, and I'm a huge Finn Balor fan, but this was the right call. This is the right way to book this, is to have Andrade look strong, and this automatically puts him up there coming in. Like that's awesome.
And Zelina hitting a Hurricane Rana off the apron on the
so
Finn.
Good. Her Hurricane Rana is so good, man.
Oh man, it reminds me of Lita, man. It reminds me of the whole Lita shit from back in the day.
I think hers is better than Lita's, and that's saying because Lita had an awesome Hurricane Rana.
Yeah.
Something about Zelina's, man. She just glides through the air. She's so good.
So this is a pretty good match and a really good segment. So I'm happy to see Andrade over on Raw.
Yeah.
Which is great because we also had Rey Mysterio come over to Raw. So I was kind of sad. I'm like, oh fuck, man, they just broke up Andrade and Rey. Like that, it still has so much money left in that program if they wanted to go back to it.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe we'll get back to it on Raw.
I hope so, because they were awesome together. Throw Cedric Alexander in there, like let's do it.
Yeah, and I guess Rey, I don't know if he's recovered from his injury or he's still nursing it, but he looks decent.
Seemed like he moved around pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. Lars Sullivan. I don't even know where to go with this guy. Like, I love
me some Lars Sullivan, man.
I mean, I am too. Don't get me wrong, but. And we'll get this on SmackDown too. He's still showing up on both shows. Mm-hmm. Is he still a free agent? Like, do we know where he is?
I don't know because
they're pulling the whole Lacey Evans thing for like a month. They're gonna do that shit with him, or
yeah, it's possible. But it's weird because they showed a graphic on Raw that he was on Raw,
right?
And then another spoiler. On SmackDown, they showed a graphic, and he showed up on the SmackDown graphic too. So,
right. So I don't get it.
What show is he on? Is he on both of them? Is he like? I have no idea. I have no clue. But him coming out and attacking baby faces is like perfect. Yeah, I like him. I like it better than doing just squash jobber matches. Like, I think this is more effective.
I do agree with that, and that's what they did with Braun when he came up. They had him in handicap matches and all kinds of squash matches leading up to. This is the right way to do it, but. And the reason why we got Ray out there is because Elias was out there complaining about being interrupted, and then he got interrupted again. So that's apparently his
thing.
That's his thing now. So Ray interrupted Elias, and then Lars came out and beat the living shit out of Ray. Or Lars came out and beat the living shit out of Ray. So, I like what they're doing with Lars. I just want to know if he's going to be on one show or another.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind seeing him beat on both for a little bit. Just
and not
have terror on both shows.
Not have a match, just beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, and then maybe have him be Vince's new guy.
Maybe
where Vince can kind of just tell him, "Oh, okay, go to this show, go attack this guy." That'd be kind of cool. I think I would like that.
Right. So we had a lot of shakeups throughout the whole first hour of the show, which is kind of different from SmackDown when we get into that.
SmackDown had one in the first hour.
Right.
I messaged you that. I was like, that's weird.
We had fucking 6 in the first hour of Raw. So, I mean, I don't know. But next we had Rude and Gable come out and cut a promo. Rude was fantastic. He always is. Gable, not so much. He's not great on the mic.
Yeah, he does the talking in the ring.
Right.
He's always
he's a fantastic like that. He's a fantastic wrestler. I just don't think he's very strong on the mic, which is probably why you don't hear from him a lot.
Right, yeah.
But they kind of did they were telling everybody how they're the best and all that, and how they could beat anybody, on Raw, and they kind of issued an open challenge. So when they did that, we got the Usos, and I know you're super excited for that. Like,
I'm so stoked, bro. Like, this is
like,
I've been wanting to come to Raw for a while now. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were on SmackDown for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
ever since they were in their Samoan dance gimmick, I think they've been on SmackDown.
Samoan dance gimmick. That's funny.
The Samoan experience. Yeah.
Samoan experience. I love it. But yeah, man, they were fired up, and the crowd was really happy to see him too.
Yeah, man, the crowd popped huge for him.
And they looked genuinely excited to be on Raw.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed this, but they kind of spoiled it right before they came out. Because when Gable and Rude came out, the graphic came up for Gable and Rude, but it said the Usos.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it did.
Whoops. All right, well, God damn it. Don't you guys know what the hell you're doing here?
I'm sorry, boss. I was looking at you, wasn't paying attention.
I hit the wrong button. That's fucking great. So yeah, I was happy to see the Usos, and we finally get fresh new matchups with them too. Like, can you imagine them against the fucking War Experience?
Oh, bro, that's what I was talking about in my rant, dude.
You didn't even correct me.
I didn't. No, just
I call shit wrong.
I'm so excited about the match. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Like Vince is like, God damn it. We'll just name it the War Experience. Oh wait, no, the Viking Raiders. Wait, no, God, all right, but no. No, I know you're excited, and I'm excited too. And I didn't even really think about that until you brought it up. Like, I was happy to see the Vikings there, and then the Usos, but I didn't put two and two together. Like, oh, we could possibly see these fucking guys go against each other.
Dude, this could be a fun, give a 6-month feud.
Yeah.
And, dude, there's money written all over this feud, and it's gonna be hard hitting and high flying, like you said before.
Yeah, because they're both big people. Like, they're big dudes, and they're all premier athletes. So it's gonna be just a high flying smash mouth match. Like, it could go either way too. Like, I don't even care who wins. So.
I'm excited for this potential feud. I think it'll be sooner than later. I'm sorry to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins because you are the tag team champions and you earned it. But this is the money feud, though, on Raw, I think, are the Viking Experience and the Usos.
It really is. And the Usos got booked over Gable and Rude, so hitting a ton of fucking super kicks. They're like the fucking young bucks of Raw now. So.
They throw a super kick party quite often.
They do, and then they hit their. I guess they're doing the double big splash now. They're calling it the double oos or whatever.
I like it. Yeah, I think it's more effective than the single.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree.
And going. I know this is kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but they didn't actually announce this on SmackDown, but they showed it in one of the graphics. Is that Chad Gable got sent to SmackDown. So I guess he and Bobby Roode are officially done now.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and I like that because Bobby Roode needs to be on his own. He's a great heel. He needs to be able to shine. And Gable's a great babyface. Yep. He's been a decent heel too, but these guys need to split up. And I think the split was coming anyways, but they probably just kind of went ahead and jumped the gun with it a little bit and separated them. So
you almost have to keep. And I'm not even sure if he is a heel, but just have Rude as just a snarky, cocky heel. He's still going to be over with a lot of people anyway.
Yeah.
But he just cares. He's just a natural heel.
Yeah. And then that's what he was in NXT, and it was the perfect gimmick for him. And I mean, the glorious thing is super over, and once he's by himself, it'll be over again. But
if his song wasn't so fucking fantastic, he probably wouldn't have been that over. You know what I mean?
Maybe, because he has the name recognition, so that would have helped. But the entrance and the music definitely kind of put him over the top, though. Yeah.
For sure. All right, so next we saw Alexa Bliss in A Moment of Bliss. What are they doing with her? Like, she wrestles the week before, and now she's back on the talk show?
I don't know, dude. I think she's got a pretty good gig, though. Like, she doesn't have to beat up her body every week. So. Yeah,
I mean, I'd like to beat up her body, but that's
that kind of goes down.
That's just me. But, I'm fine with it. As long as we get Alexa on TV, it's all good for me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But her special guest was one of our favorites, and not always our favorites.
I mean, quickly getting there.
Quickly getting, we respected him as a wrestler because he's fantastic. Not always crazy about his creative or his character.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, Sami Zayn. Matt Coon's favorite wrestler. whoever thought we would agree with something that Matt Kuhn, said? Sammy Mania is running wild right now.
Right. I got to give Kuhn credit. He pushed the cigarette smoke out of the way just long enough to see Sami Zayn and tell us about it.
I love it. So yeah, man, we're I love that shit. We're quickly becoming Sami Zayn fans, at least of his character. Because to be honest, I wasn't enthralled with his last run that he had with KO. Like at first it was cool, and then it just kind of and maybe not his fault. He got booked like shit, against Lashley and all that. So
yeah, that feud was bad. And
that was bad.
And to a point, he kind of started becoming Kevin's lackey a little bit.
Right.
I wouldn't say it was a lot, but you could tell that Kevin Owens was kind of standing out a little more than Sammy was. So Sammy by himself as a heel is great. This is what he needs, and man, he has been absolute money.
And he was money here. He was money the week before when he started this whole going against the WWE Universe or the Smart Marks or the IWC or the Keyboard Warriors, whatever you want to call the people that he claims are ruining the business because they're just not happy with anything. It's a great fucking angle, man. Like he's playing off of real life.
Yep. And that's what they say is that real life makes the best feuds.
Yep,
and
sure.
he's playing off of it. And from what I've heard, they're not writing his promos like this. They told Sammy, "Hey, go out there and talk about this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay." And then he goes out and is beating Sami Zayn, like just turned up to 11. And
like when it first started out, in fact, we don't even want to talk about too much before we get into it. We're actually going to play the clip of this. So to take a listen to what Sami Zayn had to say on this moment of bliss.
Please welcome Montreal's own Sami Zayn.
One of those moments where I'm glad I'm on SmackDown Live, too, just in case.
It's about to get loud up in here.
Sounds like Maurice Richard these days. City loves you like this, your home nation. Renee, you're not even anybody's favorite person in your own house.
Shut up.
What did I tell you?
All right, once again.
Yep.
Come
on, the guy's been out of action for 10 months. He can't even breathe. He's breathing just fine, Cole. He's a cardio machine. I have never seen anything quite like this. And I'd like to thank the goddess for providing this moment. What did I tell you? Fish in a barrel. Watch this. I'm going to kick it up a notch. Ole, 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 ole. All right, I'm going to stop because I could do this all night.
Sammy. Last week you returned to Monday Night Raw, being out for 10 months due to a shoulder injury, and I think I can speak for all the Quebecers when I say it is fantastic to see Sami Zayn back on Monday Night Raw.
Alexa, I absolutely love this city. The city is great. It's just the people that I can't stand. Being in this room with all these people, it's hard to explain. It's just something in the air. It's just so Quebec. I figured it out. What you guys do is you project your unaddressed issues, right? Your anger, your insecurity, your failures, and you project all that onto me. Quite frankly, I'm not accepting it. I don't accept it. I think it's disgusting, and I think you should all be ashamed of yourself.
Dude, like to play the song 3 or 4 times and keep lighting the crowd up, and then boom, flips the fucking switch on them, and it takes a lot to get the crowd to boo the hometown boy, like
especially in Canada, because they're known for being behind their hometown guys. Like they've always been known
Canadian
for that.
pride and all that stuff too, especially from Montreal. So like the fact that he has the ability to turn them like that just shows you. And like people want to like kind of think he's a new guy because he's been WWE for 2 or 3 years now, or 4 years, and NXT before that. But he's been around a long time. Yeah, like working Ring of Honor, working the indie circuit. Him and Kevin Owens started together, and they've been in the business at least, 17, 18 years?
Yeah, probably, something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So, like, just because he's relatively new to WWE, doesn't mean he's not new to the business. He's a fucking seasoned pro.
Yeah.
And he knows exactly what he's doing, and God bless him, man. He's doing the best stuff he's ever done that I've seen since he's gotten here.
Yeah, he's incredible, dude. He's so good, and he's pretty much saying a lot of stuff that you and I talk about every week.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
And because he sees it and he knows, and
we know really you're listening.
Right. And dude, this promo is so good. And at first when they did his music 3 times, I was like, okay, maybe it's getting a little much. But when he turned on him, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like I see it now. I'm there. I'm totally with you. So
it's genius. And what's up with Alexa? Like she was like defending the people.
Yeah, she was total white meat babyface here. Like
she was totally turned off by what he had to say, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, is she a face? Like you mentioned, like she's a heel in the ring, but a face on her show.
That's pretty much what they've done that a couple times. Yeah, like last week she was a total heel in the ring, but this week she was complete babyface on the promo. So I don't know if they're doing like a moment of bliss, she's a babyface, and in the ring she's a heel. I hope not, because that's going to confuse a lot of people. But
yeah,
I really think they're going to start pushing her as a babyface, though. And I think there's a lot of legs to it. She's been great as a heel, but I think she could be a really good babyface, too.
But I think she's such a natural heel. Like, I don't want it to be like a Miz, like when he first turned face and they kind of had him, with Ric Flair and he gave him the figure 4 and they're pushing it down our throats. Like,
yeah,
I don't want that to happen here.
Right.
Like, forcing us to we cheer her anyway. At least the smart fans do, because we love her work. Like, she's a fucking great heel, but don't push her as a face down our throats. Like, let it happen anyway.
I do see that, but I always think about Sami Zayn and Johnny Gargano, where they were very, very liked baby faces. Like, people loved them, and they thought there's no way they could ever become a heel. But when they did, they made the most of it, and they were awesome heels. Sami still is, and Johnny's gone back to being a baby face, but Sami's still an awesome heel. So maybe Alexa can go the other way, and maybe she can be just as productive as a babyface as she can as a heel.
Right. I mean, you may be right, and I'll give you that for now, and we'll see what happens later. So I'll go with it for now and see what happens. But if it hits like a fart in church, I'm telling you, man.
It could. It totally could.
She needs to be a heel, but we'll see what happens. So I'll play along for now.
All right.
But Zayn was fantastic here. Like, saying like I may have been born here, but I chose to leave Montreal. Like,
Now I live in sunny Orlando, Florida.
Oh, that's fucking great, dude. I mean, that's just I can't say enough good things about what he's doing right now.
He's awesome.
Such a good segment. So, next up, we had a pre-tape promo in which the Iconics were mocking Bayley for Sasha being gone, and there's a lot of shit. I don't know if you want to get into that in the news or whatever, but like, there's a lot of Sasha shit going on right now.
I think I got a little bit on it. Yeah, it's been talked about a lot, so we'll definitely bring it up.
Well, I mean, she's on vacation.
Yeah, so, she's on vacation, and
there's a lot of rumors over WrestleMania weekend about
that her and Bayley were pissed off about dropping the titles, and that she's been throwing kind of a fit. And now supposedly she's really mad about Bayley. Okay, spoiler. She's really mad about Bayley being sent to SmackDown, so she's throwing a fit about that too. And I don't know what's true and what's not. And
to me, it feels like a work, because that's just the way my brain always goes. Like, she's a pro. She loves this business. She's a student of the business. Her and Bailey are both students of the business. Like, they've been fans their entire lives. They know how the game works. I can't see either of them being anything but consummate professionals.
I have heard stories of Sasha rubbing people the wrong way sometimes. So I don't know her personally, so I'm not going to say anything or take a shot or nothing like that. It's not my place. I have interacted with her one time on Twitter, and she was super cool.
Yeah.
So like that's the only thing that I can say about her personally with my, me personally. But I mean, it could be true. I mean, but it could also be a work just as much. So
but the business itself is a work. Like, your fucking titles are props. It's a fucking work. Like,
but look at Bret Hart. Look how serious he took stuff.
I mean, I know.
Maybe Sasha's the same way.
I do get that part of it, but I mean, it just depends if you're on the Pritchard side, where he's like, it's all fucking work. It's all props. It doesn't mean anything. Wins and losses don't mean anything. But that just depends what side you're on that. But I don't know. Like, I find it hard to believe that they're like throwing like temper tantrums or whatever, like outside their room or like laying on the floor, like backstage, like openly being like I think somebody's feeding the dirt sheets bullshit information when it comes to that, at least.
It is weird that multiple people are saying that they were there and saw it though. Like that's the part that gets me, is that there's more than one that are saying the exact same thing and backing up everything that's being said. So I don't know. Like, we weren't there as much as we loved.
But then they posed in a picture together after the Iconics won the titles.
Yeah, but they could have took that picture and then just then went and I can't believe they won it. Whatever. But
I guess. But as far as I know, that they're really good friends with the Iconics backstage, like in real life.
I know they've done stuff like an Up Up Down Down together and stuff like that. So I'm sure they're at least respectable to each other. I don't know. And I'm with you. Like, it doesn't seem like something they would do. That's the part that gets me, because
like, they're top stars. Like, say what you want about the way they've been booked, but like, they're still in the top of their division.
Yeah, and they love professional wrestling, and they know how professional wrestling works.
And they were the first ever, this generation's first ever women's tag team champions. That's a big honor.
Yeah, it is. That's why it reminds me of the Dean Ambrose thing. It's like, it could be true. It could not be true. I don't know.
But then Sasha, I mean, they put Sasha and Ronda at the Rumble, like in a high-profile match for the title. Like, Sasha hasn't had a bad 2019. She can bitch about last year, but like, I don't know.
When it comes to opportunities, she's been. I mean, she's kind of hadn't been as good in the ring this year. We've talked about that, but when it comes to opportunities in certain positions, she's been in the upper echelon.
And her and Bayley were featured in a high-profile match at WrestleMania for the tag team titles. So I mean, like, what are you bitching about?
All right.
I don't know.
We'll know. I think we'll know more in the next week or two.
Right.
It could get ugly. Could get ugly though.
It could, and maybe taking Bayley away from her. Maybe it is true. Maybe Sasha's being the one leading it and stirring the pot, and they want to get Bayley away from her. I don't know.
Right.
The way they should play this out is Sasha is on vacation right now. Have her show up on SmackDown next week or whenever she gets back, and get fucking pissed at Bayley for like jumping. I wouldn't say jumping ship, but teaming up with other people.
We're moving on,
like,
pretty much.
Like, she teamed up with Naomi, which, spoiler alert, Naomi's on fucking Raw now. That's in the next segment that we're about to talk about. But and props for keeping Naomi and her husband John together. So I mean, that's cool too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But having Bayley team up with Naomi, have fucking Sasha come to SmackDown next week and confront her, be like, what the hell? Like, I'm gone on vacation for a week and you're already teaming up with somebody else? What the fuck? And put them in a feud together.
I think that'd be the best way to do it.
That's what we've been waiting for months now, when they teased it last year and they never went through with it.
Yeah. I mean, they've been teasing it since their Brooklyn match in NXT.
And lead it up to fucking to SummerSlam this year and have a fantastic match.
I think that'd be the best way to do it. That's if this isn't true and Bayley or Sasha's not throwing bitch fits about stuff for no reason.
And trust me, she's got about 3 years left on her deal.
Yeah, she got a long time.
They're not going to let her out of her contract. They do not want her showing up on Impact or ROH or AEW.
Yeah.
So they may just put her in catering like Zack Ryder.
Yep.
Well, actually, Zack finally made his way out of catering, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They'll keep her in the shadows for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
The next segment was the Iconics taking on Bayley and Naomi. So it's good to see Naomi, the real life Trinity, with her husband on Raw now. So I'm glad they didn't split them up.
Yeah.
And Naomi's great, dude. I've said for a long time she's a fantastic natural athlete, and her gimmick is she came up with that shit herself, man. Like that's a fucking real credit to Trinity.
Yeah, people love the glow, man. Like there's a lot of people that are big fans of it.
It's so good, and she's so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to see her on Raw because she really got shittily booked on SmackDown all last year. So
nice.
Call back to shittily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, fuck you, Lafayette. So I had to throw that back. Well, I'm talking about callbacks. Yeah, we can't forget Lafayette. Lafayette, Louisiana, too. Not Lafayette, Tennessee. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Different pronunciations in different territories. But Lafayette, Louisiana, you can suck a bag of dicks. That's all we got to say about that. You're the worst wrestling crowd. Corpus Christi is no longer the worst wrestling crowd in history. You fuckers are. So, anyways.
I can't wait till another Raw or SmackDown's there. We got to cover it.
I mean, hopefully they won't go back there because they'll be like, God damn, what a bunch of shit-ass fans we got here.
We're so over Louisiana.
Yeah, totally. They love us anyway. They're so fucking dumb. They'll keep listening anyway. We had Bayley and Naomi beating the Iconics, which
not a good night for champions.
It really isn't. I don't agree with a makeshift tag team beating your champions. That just doesn't make sense to me. As great as they are individually, they shouldn't have any chemistry together being thrown together as a tag team.
Right. Especially knowing Bayley's going to SmackDown.
Right. And then they beat your reigning champions. So it didn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. We finally get EC3 in a match. Unfortunately, it's against Braun Strowman.
I guess
right.
it's a match.
Unfortunately, it's against Braun Strowman. So,
dude, who did EC3 piss off backstage? That's what I want to know.
It's a Dixie Carter effect. It's got to be.
It has to be. It's something, man. But I don't know what he's done, dude. But he is in the doghouse, and I'm a big fan of his. So I hate seeing this.
I know, me too.
And over the weekend they paired him with Drake Maverick, which they were, they're really good friends. They were together in TNA.
Oh yeah, no, it's great to see them back together. Hopefully they'll stick with that going forward.
But on Raw, Drake was nowhere to be found. It was just EC3. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, man. I don't like it.
And Strowman chased him up the ramp and threw him through a bunch of table. Like it wasn't like. It's weird. It was like he threw him off the stage.
Yeah, there was a makeshift stage kind of.
There was tables underneath, like a black, like I don't know, like tarp over it or whatever. Or I don't even know. I don't know.
They've used something like this before. It's a good looking bump, but
yeah, and the crowd was like, "Holy shit!" But I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. It was like specifically designed just for that spot. When it's not something that's normally part of the stage or the setup.
Right.
I mean,
it looked like a makeshift something that wasn't supposed to be there.
Right. Right. Like when Shane and Miz went through the same type thing when they jumped off the scaffold. Like
yeah, exactly.
Like what's there? Like why is that even there? It's just like a
plywood and crash mats.
Plywood, yeah. Like really? Like that's where do you want me to put the fucking crash mats and plywood, Vince? Put it out there, goddammit. Like we'll figure out what to do with it later on.
Yeah.
Like why is that even there to begin with? Like thinking logically, like
right.
They set that up like what's under there? Like why is it there? Is there like cases under there? Are they like nope, just a bunch of goddamn plywood and fucking some kind of tarp over it or some kind of
we just happen to put a plywood over crash pads,
Yeah, like
happen to be there.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway. But yeah, this is what they did to EC3, so I don't know. Just continue the burial. And I hate that term burial, but they really are kind of burying his character, so
this could have been a moment to make EC3. And I gotta give Taz another shout out because this was his idea. But I would have loved when Braun went to chokeslam him if EC3 countered it and then just like punched Braun in the back of the head to kind of knock him out and then have Braun take the bump over the stage.
Yeah.
Like boom, there you go. You made EC3. Now he's pissed off Braun Strowman but he's shown he has some fire too.
Yeah.
But no, they just
nope. Just
I don't like using this word very often. I hate this word, but it's a burial. That's what it is. That's exactly what this is.
And like I said, I don't like it either, but I can't see it as anything else but that. I mean, maybe they're just going to beat him down until he's got nothing left, and then finally show some fire. But
I hope so because I like him a lot, dude. And he's got so much potential.
When is too late? Too late,
right? I mean, probably won't take long.
Right nowadays, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, right.
Next, we had Becky Lynch against Ruby Riott. Weird, like nobody else was with. It was just Ruby, right? They didn't have. She didn't have Liv or Sarah with her, as far as I remember.
Yeah, they were out there.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because after the match they tried to attack Becky and Becky laid them out.
To my, I guess, discredit, I fast forwarded it because I already know they're gonna fucking just beat Ruby because that's what they've been doing for the last 6 months. And
I mean, it was for a 5-minute match. It wasn't bad, and Ruby got some good offense in.
5-minute match, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I was fast forwarding over. So I'm sorry, I didn't realize that they were there. I thought they were breaking them up, but
yeah. I'll tell you though, they did their little pose through the rope, and the first thing I thought was, how long until Sarah Logan joins the Viking Experience?
That's a good question because she kind of looks like one. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's married to one of them. So
you don't know which one.
To Eric. Yeah.
Okay, to Eric. Okay, I didn't know it was Ivar.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Ivar anyway? Ivar and Eric.
Told you. It sounds like a morning
name is Eric. Like
it sounds like a morning show. It's Ivar and Eric in the morning. You know.
I don't know. I just don't get that. Like,
they're going to start a award-winning podcast. And it's going to piss me off.
Yeah, we're going to call him Ivar. Oh, what do you want to call the other guy, Vince?
Roman's not using this name anymore. Let's call him Eric. Eric. Spell it just like he had it too.
Like whatever. I don't know. It's dumb, but anyway, we had Becky going over Ruby. So I mean, not much is really talked about there.
Hey, a champion won.
Yeah, for once, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was the champion.
It was the man. Yeah.
Becky 2 belts. So
yeah.
We had a number 1 contenders match. This is weird. Like Natty went up to Becky and says, I've been here a long time and I want to be next in line, to be the Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, Natty. Like, God bless her. I love Natty.
She just doesn't do it for you. I know.
Nothing. I've said it in the past. Like, there's nothing about her character that screams, yeah, I can't wait to see more of that. You know what I mean? Like, she's from the Hart family, and I respect all that, blah, blah, blah. But she's done nothing to step out from that shadow or from that lineage and show who she's really about.
Right. I have to just keep telling myself, at least she's not doing the farting gimmick anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
That's the only thing I can keep telling myself is, like, at least they're booking her as a good wrestler.
You guys want to bitch about the Viking experience. Goddamn, pal. I mean, we can go against some of the real stupid
if we want to talk about bad gimmicks, I mean, we can talk about some bad gimmicks.
Yeah, like, what's his fuck there? The Blueprint. Matt Morgan. Making him into, like, a stutterer or whatever, like, when he was there. Like, really, dude? That's the best. This fucking guy's 7 feet tall. He's fucking built like a brick shithouse, and you're gonna make him a stutterer?
They did it to Bubba Ray when the Dudleys first came in.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
and then
let's talk about Adam Rose. How about that gimmick?
Yeah, we'll talk about him. We'll talk about Gallows the first time. Fucking
Festus,
dude, the retard. Yeah. Like, ring a bell, and like all of a sudden he just goes into retard rage and starts beating up everybody. So, I mean,
trust me, guys. There's worse things in the Viking experience.
Yeah, exactly.
There's way worse things.
But as soon as we're gonna get Becky's answer to Natty, challenging her, we hear Lacey Evans' music. I'm like, oh shit, all right. I'm
starting to turn the corner with her a little bit.
I am too, because you know what? She cut a pretty damn good promo.
She did.
I was pretty impressed. She can talk. I was very impressed.
And she looks like a star. You know what? We've talked for months about how much we hated her walking down to the ring, but you know what? It put her on TV every week. Yeah, and so now that she's finally getting physical and talking, it's a big deal.
Yep, so I mean, that's smart. Vince is fucking smart, man.
In hindsight, it's good booking, and she looks like a star. She carries herself as a star. So. Yeah, I'm on board. I'm starting to get on board with Lacey Evans.
And she's pretty decent in the ring too. And she had a pretty good match. They ended up making this a number 1 contenders match between Natty and Lacey.
Yep.
And they put Lacey over. Kind of, we expected that to happen anyway. Eventually.
Yeah.
But she looked really, really good.
She looked good. The punch she throws is awesome.
The Woman's Right. I love that name. The Woman's Right.
I love the name too.
It
looks good.
So good. Yeah, it does look good. 5-0. Goddamn, dude.
Still 5-0.
I turned the TV off and I just turned it back on.
I know. I saw you turn it off.
Anyway, but yeah, no, she hit the Woman's Right and hit a really good moonsault. The spinning springboard moonsault. Yeah. Yeah.
It looked really good. I don't know how I'd feel about her doing that in like a 20-minute match after she's tired and stuff. Because that could be really, really dangerous. But besides that, it looked good, and
She's a hell of an athlete, man.
She was impressive. She looked really good. Like, okay, I can see her challenging Becky Lynch now.
And I literally had never seen her in NXT. Like, I don't watch the taping. Like, I don't watch the weekly show.
I saw her like twice. Like,
Yeah.
I swear that's all I saw her.
Maybe that's all she was there. I don't even know. But,
right.
you know, and she didn't really show much in the Rumble, I think, because you had said she seemed nervous. So
yeah, she botched a couple spots early.
Yeah.
And I was hyping her up. I was hyping her up big time to everybody.
You were, yeah.
They just kind of looked at me. I'm like, guys, just give her some time. Just trust me.
Yeah. But no.
She's going to be all right.
This is great. What's up with the fucking vignettes, dude? Like, they put the goddamn fucking, like, bird puppet out there again. Like, it's supposed to be a vulture or the buzzard or whatever. Like, we know it's going to be Bray.
Yeah.
But then, like, we see that again. And then later on the show, we see, like, a whole bunch of weird fucking toys and, like, weird music and shit. And then we see a rocking chair with, like, a creepy-looking fucking female doll in it.
This scared me a little.
I don't like dolls like that anyway. Like, porcelain dolls. They scare the fuck out of them. They're creepy as shit.
Yeah.
But we're assuming it's Sister Abigail?
That's my guess, yeah.
So how are they not tweaking his character then? Weren't they supposed to be going through a different change with him?
I don't know. I guess maybe they're going more like a horror type gimmick instead of the supernatural, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Maybe more like a Freddy Jason type, slasher film type character, maybe.
If he comes out with his buzzard or the fucking doll, I'm turning the TV off. I swear to God, I'm never
watching. If he pulls the buzzard out like Santino did the Cobra and uses it as his finisher, I might mark out for it.
You might mark out for that. Like, what if they end up being a parody of himself? Like, that's what I'm afraid is going to happen.
I don't know. I don't think they'll do that. I think he'll be a serious character, just more like scarier, I guess.
Well, like, they had the buzzard laughing, and then he kind of coughed a little bit because there's like a bunch of like smoke and shit around there. So I'm like,
that was weird. I noticed that too. Yeah.
Like, please don't be a parody. I swear to God. Dude.
But the second vignette didn't. I mean, I didn't think parody at all. I was like, this is fucking creepy. Like, this is pretty scary. Like, okay. So.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, he'll be back in a week or two because I'm interested to see. Maybe he'll show up at Money in the Bank. I don't know. I don't know when they're going to bring him back, but we know it's going to be Bray, so it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to do. He has a pretty cool look now too. He looks a little different. So.
Does he?
Yeah.
So next up we had Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley taking on the Shield, or at least 2/3 of the Shield, or I don't even know if we call them the Shield anymore, but Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and they were plugging it. They're going to have a mystery partner the entire show. I pretty much knew exactly who it was going to be. I think you did too. So,
yeah.
It ended up being the former face that ran the place over at SmackDown.
Yeah.
I guess it's no longer the house that AJ built. He must have sold that. Like, he built it, but he must have sold it. So
he rented it out to a new person there.
Yeah, so I don't.
Which we'll get into. So
right, well, we know exactly who picked up the rent on that. So
yeah,
we had AJ Styles show up as a mystery partner. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's good to see him on Raw. Get more eyes on AJ that don't normally watch SmackDown, or they haven't seen him in a while if they were TNA fans, or whatever. Yeah. And again, it gives him more people, new people to fight. Yeah,
I like it too, and I'm very happy that AJ Styles and Seth Rollins are on the same show. That's all I got to say. Yeah, that's a feud I've been wanting to see for
and we really expected Seth to go over to SmackDown. So I mean, that was.
Yeah, I thought it could happen.
But you're right. It's going to be good to see them both on the same show. And it's good to see AJ's not physically injured, like, too bad. Like, we know he was banged up and all. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he was able to go in this match is a good sign.
Yeah, for sure. How long till AJ turns heel? You think it's coming?
I don't know. He's so freaking over, dude. Like, if he did turn heel, you'd obviously put him against Seth, right?
Yeah.
Put him against Drew for a while.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if they're gonna put Seth and Drew together, but like, I wouldn't mind seeing AJ and Drew together.
I think we're gonna see AJ and Corbin. I think that's gonna be first.
Oh, for fuck's sake, dude! Why'd you have to bring that up?
I
love. Trust me, I love Baron Corbin, the person. Mm-hmm. Still not a fan of his character yet. I'm warming up.
Yeah.
But AJ, dude, that's a high profile.
It is. But Baron Corbin's a high profile character right now.
Are you gonna put him over AJ? Like, is AJ gonna at that point in his career where he kind of wants to do the others?
I don't think so. I think AJ goes over, but I think they're gonna do Seth and Drew soon, which I think Seth will retain, and then maybe like around SummerSlam is when we'll see the heel turn of AJ.
Yeah, because
that's when we'll get AJ and Seth.
I don't want to see more of Joe and AJ. That's been played out. As much as I love them together, that's going to run its course. I don't want to see him in Lashley. Maybe him and Elias can have a program. I don't know. Like, I don't mind seeing that.
Elias is on SmackDown now.
Oh, God damn it, dude! You weren't supposed to spoil that yet.
Well, you brought it up, so.
All right, spoiler alert. All right, sorry, I'm breaking kayfabe here. Elias is on SmackDown now, so
yeah.
That was going to play a part in our last segment on SmackDown. You're killing me, dude.
I'm sorry.
You could just play along with it for a minute.
I mean, we can restart the show again if you want to. I mean,
God, no, fuck that. We're another hour in, so another hour I'm going to be up editing all this. So, we'll get into why I'm editing this week. But yeah, that's Raw, man. So it was good to see AJ show up. Tell us a pretty good show.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a real good show. I thought Raw got some good talent. I thought last year's shakeup wasn't that good. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's definitely better than so far this year.
It was, yeah. And there's a lot of feuds I'm excited to see. There's in every division, the women's division, the mid card, the main event. I mean, everybody got some pretty prominent players, so I like it. I think Raw's gonna do well with what they have. So
yep, I agree. So let's. With that being said, and Raw being in the books, let's get into what we thought of the Superstar Shakeup version of SmackDown Live. How come I don't have a lot of fire when I introduce SmackDown anymore? I'm like Monday Night Raw. Like, I don't know. It's because like old school Vince maybe, or like now I'm just like
you're such a company man.
I am. I really am.
You really are.
But now I'm just like, let's talk about SmackDown Live. Maybe it's because I thought the show sucked. Honestly, like the rest.
I thought SmackDown was great. I thought it was better than Raw.
See, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, dog.
Well, we're back to normal.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think we picked our own brands. I think I'm a Raw guy and you're a SmackDown guy.
It's true. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is.
Because I mean, I was actually live when Monday Night Raw first came on, and you weren't even born yet.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you had to do the numbers.
I had to think. I was like,
you had to think about it for a second. Like,
I was 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 6. So.
So we had Kevin Owens introduce us to the show. He spoke to the crowd in French before he started talking about what was going on in the show and how he's the best superstar in the Blue brand. And then he introduced his guest for the KO show. Why isn't he wrestling that much, by the way? Like, why are we still doing the KO show bullshit?
Well, I mean, it opened the show, and he wasn't the main event, so he did wrestle.
He was, but I mean, like last week he didn't. To my knowledge, he didn't wrestle either. Like the last couple of weeks.
I don't think so. No, because last week he had that one appearance when he came in and stuttered Rusev, I think.
Yeah,
and that was it. Yeah,
that was it. So I don't know. But I don't hate the KO show.
When he came out, he got that huge hometown reaction.
He did. Yeah.
I thought we might get a repeat of Raw.
Oh yeah.
But he's babyface, man.
They're pretty behind him, like trying to, at least for now.
Yeah.
Putting him on a face run.
Yeah.
Which he has the ability to do both.
He does, yeah. He's definitely capable of being a really good babyface.
Yeah. But he introduced Kofi and Xavier Woods, and Big E was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks, man.
What's up with Big E?
He had knee surgery. And I didn't hear how long. I don't think it was a serious one, but I'll have to go back and look. For some reason, I'm thinking like 6 weeks, somewhere around there.
It's not like a Nia injury, like.
No, Nia's going to be out probably till Mania next year.
Thank fuck of that. I'm so glad. I mean, it sucks for her personally, but thank God we're not going to see Nia Jax on TV.
Right. Oh, here we go. Big E they're saying 6 to 8 week recovery period. So
probably a MCL, PCL, not an ACL.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Did it happen when he did the splits? That's what I want to know.
I bet you it did. It had to, right? Like he did it twice last week. Like,
yeah.
Amazing he could do that, but can you imagine if that really caused it?
That would suck. But no, they said, or at least Xavier said during the promo that he heard it during the match last week.
Okay, all right.
So I believe
I think I know the spot he was talking about too. So yeah, you're probably right. But man, just they're not covering it up. Like he fucked himself up doing like why aren't you getting back up? He's like, I can't. Like he just stays in the split for like 2 minutes. Anyway. So yeah, we're 2/3 of New Day now. So I guess we're just gonna have like I don't know members of the day like for New Day or whatever. I don't know. That'd be a great way to do it. Like
honorary members. I mean, they got an honorary member this week. So
which was Kevin Owens himself, and they're kind of reluctant at first, you know, because like you don't never know what you're gonna get from KO. Like he's a conniving dude, but they reluctantly agreed to it, which is so good. Like,
it was.
That's so good. We'll get to that in a minute, but goddamn, that was actually probably my favorite part of the show was the main event. But yeah, so after that we had Finn Balor come out with his Intercontinental title. I'm like, all right, shit. Weird. I don't remember seeing the U.S. champion on Raw. And to your credit, you mentioned that Joe was sick, but when I saw this, I'm like, what? Like both titles are on SmackDown? I don't get it.
Yeah, I thought maybe the announcers would mention something about that, but they didn't.
They didn't give a fuck. Yeah, no, they
didn't mention the U.S. title at all.
Like, really, dude? Like, oh man, for as many things they do right, they do so many things wrong. Just little nuances that they forget to do. But
yeah,
I don't know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we had Finn taking on Ali. Great fucking match, dude.
Awesome match, yeah.
They got really
Finn
good.
Balor put on 2 good matches this week.
I mean, he always does. He always puts on great matches. Even against Lashley, he puts on great matches.
Yep.
That just proves how good Finn is.
Ali's so good, man.
He is, but he's going nowhere right now.
He's getting time, and he's facing upper mid card guys. I mean,
he is, and I'll give him credit for that. But he hasn't won a match since he's come back, to my knowledge.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one. Maybe his return match. I think it was a 6. I think it was a 6-man. I think they won. But
you may be right.
But besides that, I mean, I don't think so. But you had to have Balor win here because he lost on Raw. Obviously. So now he's on the new show, and you got to put him. You got to put him in the IC title over. So
next we have Charlotte and Carmella. Not a big fan.
It was okay. I mean, Carmella's she's gotten better, but she's gotten better,
but she's hit and miss. Like she's not on all the time. Like I love her new character and all that, and I thought she had some really good matches last year. But I don't know. I didn't like this match at all.
She obviously doesn't wrestle a whole lot now, not as much as she did because she's doing stuff with R-Truth. I thought Charlotte was great, but Charlotte's great every time. That's not shocking.
I mean, she's a natural pro anyway.
She's the best female wrestler in the world.
Yeah, that goes without saying. But yeah, I didn't like these two together, and obviously Charlotte gets the win because, well, I mean, she should. She's Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, and I'm curious where they're going to go with her from here.
Yeah, I am too.
I still think she might move to Raw. I think it is still possible, but what good does that really do her? I mean, I think if she does go to Raw, it leaves a pretty big void on SmackDown.
Right. Yeah.
Unless Becky ends up, being permanently just on SmackDown eventually. But well, I guess Bayley's there now too, so I guess you got her. Maybe not. I don't know. We mentioned during the Raw review that with Becky holding both titles, I mean, the whole women's division is just kind of up in the air right now. Yep. Like, you really don't know who's settling where, what's going to happen. Everything kind of revolves around the titles right now, but Becky has both of them. So
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But after this, we had Lars Sullivan come out and attack R-Truth. So yeah, you're right. I don't know if that's just his gimmick now, like Lacey was for a while. He didn't know where she was going to be.
Yeah.
Until he decides what show he wants to be on.
Right. He's been using the freak accident as his finisher, that gut wrench slam. Mm-hmm. But he's also been using this running sit out power bomb. And this move is awesome, dude. Like, it has so much force to it. Yep. I want that to be his finisher. It is so much better than the freak accident. Because he drilled R-Truth with this power bomb, dude. It was like, I cringed because it looked like such a brutal landing.
I did too. So, and I mean, like I said, I like what they're doing. I just want a little bit of idea where they're going with his character.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be 3 or 4 months of him just beating the hell out of people until somebody finally steps up to him.
What if he's in the Money in the Bank?
I think he's a favorite already. I mean, obviously they have high hopes for him. Yeah, the anxiety thing sucks, and it probably did hurt his favors with the higher ups, maybe. Right. But they were going to put him in a match, his first match against John Cena at WrestleMania. That means you have some faith in somebody if you're going to do that.
Vince loves the big guy. I'm telling
you. He does. And Lars can go, man. So I think he's a favorite. I could see him winning Money in the Bank potentially.
Yep, I can too. Next, we had the dual champion Becky Two Belts come out. And then we, I guess Ember Moon's on SmackDown now. Like, we saw her at WrestleMania. We didn't expect her to come back. I don't think she was on at all last week. So,
yeah, I don't think so. When she came out, they were like, "Oh, Ember Moon's on SmackDown." I was like, I don't remember her being on Raw.
Yeah, exactly.
because she's been hurt for so long. Right. I was like,
yeah. But I guess that's where she was when we left off. So
yeah, I love Ember Moon. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no. She, other than Charlotte, she's my favorite female wrestler in the entire company. So, I do like Ember a lot.
I'm sorry, my Google Home just said "cool" to me, just out of the blue.
That's weird. I guess
weird. It was just like cool.
Yeah,
and I was like, thanks.
I guess Ember Moon or Google Home is a fan of Ember Moon. So
I guess so. Yeah, that was really weird.
I was wondering what the hell was going on over there. You're like.
Yeah.
Did I say something wrong? Or
no, it wasn't.
I mean, I do it all the time, so I just figured, did I mention the wrong name or whatever? Like, I introduced our watch along that we recorded. It's fucking Rad Rob Gaming. So I mean, that's just me. I'm old fuck, But no.
Real quick, that gets me when I'm streaming sometimes too. I'll say something
Really?
and be like, "I can't help you with that." I'm like, "I didn't fucking ask you."
That's funny. Fucking Google Home.
Yeah.
Get Alexa in here. What the hell?
Right. Sorry, that's
funny. That's awesome. So yeah, we had Becky Two Belts get challenged by Ember Moon. So I guess this is gonna be an ongoing thing, or whatever show she's on. There's someone's gonna come challenge her.
She's gonna have that big target on her back, and everybody's gonna want a piece. So
that goes back to my previous point. I guess she's maybe gonna defend them on both titles. So
yeah, I mean, seeing her face Lacey Evans and Ember Moon the same night, I'm okay with that. It's a lot of work for Becky, but she probably knew going in if she's gonna win both belts, that's what's gonna happen. So
yep,
and she loves wrestling, so I'm sure she doesn't have a problem with it.
Exactly. But then she got interrupted, kind of with Natty got interrupted, and we get Bayley. So half of the Boston Hug connection is on SmackDown.
I was surprised. This is like one of the more surprising ones. I was not expecting Bayley to be on SmackDown.
Yep, I agree.
And she made it known. She said, "Now that I'm on Raw, I'm not in a tag team. I'm coming for the women's title."
You mean SmackDown?
SmackDown. Sorry. Yeah, she said, "I'm coming for the SmackDown women's title."
You got a case of the Red Robs there.
I did.
Rubs off on you. But yeah, you're right. And then she got interrupted by Paige. And I'm like, well, we kind of knew Paige was going to come out at some point and announce her new tag team, and it's exactly who we thought it was going to be.
Well,
which leaves a huge. Well, at least that's what I had a pretty good feeling of. Yeah, I did. So I'm sorry. Sorry if I spoke for you, but
no, because I thought it was going to be Kairi Sane and Io Shirai. I thought it was going to be both of them.
Oh,
and
okay.
it was Kairi Sane and Asuka.
Yeah.
So
well, the reason I knew that, and I mean just a gut feeling, is because from our NXT Takeover talks, Kairi Sane's going to be the next person in line to face Shayna Baszler.
Kairi or Io?
I mean Io. Sorry, Io. Because she's fantastic. So
right, she did stand out in that 4-way match more than anybody. So yeah, I think she needs to be the next one. So yeah, it totally makes sense that
they need something to do with They need something to do with Asuka anyway, because she's been booked into oblivion. So
yeah, and they're a dangerous team together. They're awesome.
I like it, man.
I like it too. And
like,
what? That they've said that the English barrier is the one thing that kind of holds them back a little bit. Well, now you got Paige. You got Paige's mouthpiece. Right. And Paige is a great talker, so it's perfect. I love it. Agree.
And I've been wanting them to break up the pirate hookers for a while now. So I'm glad that they finally did that.
And you know what? I don't mean this in any derogatory way whatsoever, but a lot of people, they get confused with Kairi Sane and Io Shirai because they're both Japanese.
Right.
And so now that they're on different brands, and then yes, you have Kairi and Asuka together, but they're so established though that you know the difference between them. And so but a lot of people got Io and Kairi mixed up, but now they can do their own thing and be able to stand out on their own. So I love it. I think this is the perfect thing to do.
Yep, I agree. So yeah. So if that's the case, I'm totally pumped to see fucking Shayna Baszler and Shirai go at it. Like,
Oh, me too. That match is gonna be awesome.
That's fucking money, dude.
I think Shirai's the one to finally take it from her.
And trust me, I love Kairi Sane. Like, I don't like her
Me too.
gimmick,
Yeah.
but she's fucking fabulous in the ring. Her elbow is breathtaking. But I think Shayna's coming up probably around SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And I think Shirai is going to be the new NXT Women's Champion. So.
I think so.
I understand the breakup.
You know, you and I have never really talked about this. I don't hate Kyrie's gimmick as much as you or most people do.
Well, it's because you're a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean fan, or
I'm not though.
You're a Final Fantasy fan, or whatever.
I'm a Final Fantasy. So are you?
I know, but not nearly as much as you are.
I don't like. I don't know. I guess I like gimmicks.
Yeah.
So I think it makes her stand out, even though it is out there.
And Tampa next year, dude, she's gonna be all over that shit. Like,
she might main event Mania next year.
She might. She literally might. Like, the fucking there's a pirate ship at the stadium, so
yeah,
she may just
She better jump off the plank and elbow somebody. That's all I know.
That's fucking fantastic, dude. Oh, I'm so glad.
She better Shane McMahon that plank on somebody.
Yes, I'm so glad you mentioned that. I totally threw you a softball there, but no, I was excited to see Asuka at least get involved and have some kind of a direction.
Me too, yeah. Because we were wondering what they're going to do with her.
And then Kyrie's good enough to be on the roster too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. She's more than ready, and they're going to be a great team. And we got Mandy and Sonya too.
Oh, Fire and Desire! I love that fucking tag team name, dude.
The women's tag team division looks pretty good right now. There's we were wondering like, okay, who the team's going to be, and are they going to be able to withstand this division? Well, they broke up Bailey and Sasha. They still got a pretty decent division now, though. Like I like it. I like some of the teams they have.
I agree. So yeah, we saw the Empress of Tomorrow and the Pirate Hooker team up against Ember Moon and Bailey. That pops you every time.
Every time.
Taking on Fire and Desire, Mandy and Sonya and the Iconics. So I mean, it was again we have another 6-person tag team match on both shows, but hey, whatever. It serves a purpose. So. It wasn't a bad match. I thought it was. I thought, like you said, I thought the wrestling was better on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe at my age, I like promos better than matches because we've pretty much seen all that we could see in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
I'm more into character development and storylines than I am the actual in-ring work now.
Yeah.
And SmackDown is usually known for having really, really good promos, and there really weren't any this week. So that's why I was more on Raw, up on Raw than I was SmackDown because of the very good promos on Raw.
I don't know. I thought the opening segment with the Owens and New Day was so good, and it was so different than anything we normally see.
Well, no, it was. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I love that, but I don't know. The rest of the show kind of fell flat for me until the end. That's just me. I mean, it's all subjective. I mean, if you loved it, that's fine. I'm not gonna call you a fucking idiot or anything. I mean, there's plenty of other reasons why I can call you a fucking idiot, but not for your opinion.
And for good reason.
I love you. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, next we had New Day and Kevin Owens taking on Shinsuke and Cesaro. I don't.
How many times during this match did you expect Kevin Owens to turn on Kofi Kingston?
Yeah, right?
The entire match. Every time I saw them next to each other, I'm waiting for it. All right, when's the super kick coming? When's the stunner coming? Like,
yeah.
And it didn't. It never happened. Like, I just feel like it's coming because Kofi really doesn't have anybody to feud with right now.
He really doesn't, honestly.
So, obviously the heel turn for New Day is not going to happen yet because Big E's gone. So
yeah, that really fucked everything up. But
so let Kevin get close to him and then let him be Kevin Owens, the douchebag again, and turn on Kofi.
I'm just so tired of Shinsuke and Rusev together. And I mean, I understand like
they both deserve better.
Yeah, and the reason Sheamus wasn't there was, and you're probably gonna get into a little bit later in the news, but he's hurt. So
yeah, it was weird. It was weird that they did that. We didn't mention this, but after the New Day promo to open the show, it showed Rusev and Nakamura in the back, and then Cesaro just kind of walked up and said, "Hey, they got 3 guys. How about I join you guys?" And they're like, "Okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it. And I'm like, where's Sheamus? Like,
Right. Yeah.
It's so weird. So
yeah, it was weird, but and then we heard rumors of like travel issues, like as well.
yeah, but that was for Raw though, and I thought about that, but I didn't hear anything about travel issues for SmackDown.
Okay, all right. So at least I didn't know if it was like weather or wherever they were like flying out of or whatever, or weather in Canada, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't look deep enough into that story to find out what was causing it.
Yeah, I didn't either. Not for Raw. I just heard that
Right.
there was travel delays.
Okay.
So.
All right. So then Sheamus is legit hurt then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't heard what kind of injury it is, but he's nursing something right now though.
Okay. Well, we saw Kevin Pin Rusev, Kevin Pin Rusev with the stunner. So it looks like that's going to be his finisher from now on.
Yep.
Which I said last week. I love it because he can't hit the pop-up powerbomb on everybody. He's got to have a solid finishing move that he can hit from anywhere.
Yep. And I'm coming around on it. It's taking me a bit, but
right.
This is the first week I was kind of like, okay, all right, I'm there. Like so.
Right. Oh, good. He'll win you over. He's so fucking good at everything he does.
Is, and I love Kevin Owens. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So that led us to our final segment of the night, which we're going to actually play you what happened. Mr. McMahon comes out and cuts a promo and talks about the shakeup. So let's hear what old Vinnie Mac had to say.
This man, no doubt, is not only the future of SmackDown, he is the future of the entire WWE. And without a doubt, the greatest acquisition in SmackDown history. And why wouldn't he be? He's tough, he's talented, he exudes charisma. Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, alas!
I quit. This is the acquisition? I mean, he is
Hello, I am Elias.
He is talented. He is charismatic. This is a big get for SmackDown. I don't mind a little musical accent to SmackDown Live.
There is a man that knows what WWE stands for. I have to thank you. Now, thank you. Thank you. And I have got to say, I'm sorry, I don't speak French. Now, I have questioned a lot of the decisions you have made. I mean, my WrestleMania performance, after it was interrupted by John Cena, and then the next night on Monday Night Raw, The Undertaker, and then last night, Rey Mysterio. But after what you said and what you just did right now, I've got to say, naming me the biggest acquisition in SmackDown history, you have got your finger on the pulse of what this audience wants. Yes. Now, I am happy to be on SmackDown tonight, but I am not happy to be in Montreal. I mean, you all speak some language that I can't even understand. And I get it, you're upset. AJ Styles isn't here anymore, but with him gone, SmackDown will become the temple of Elias. And you will all come out to worship the man who is taking the reins tonight. I just need everyone to silence their cell phones, hold their applause, and most importantly, shut your mouths.
Elias is cool and all, but this is game-changing. Roman Reigns is on SmackDown Live. And Reigns going right after Elias. With a look right at the chairman, a Superman punch.
dog just dropped the chairman.
I don't care what he says. SmackDown Live is my yard now. Statement made.
The big dog is here on SmackDown Live.
Wait a second, Roman. I don't think Roman's done. And Reigns slides back into the ring. A spear on SmackDown. It could not be any clearer to digest. SmackDown Live is now the yard of the big dog. A man who has transcended superstardom. Roman Reigns is a symbol
Well,
of millions.
I did not expect fucking Roman Reigns to be on SmackDown. Like, we thought Seth was going to go over. But, I mean, Roman is, like, the guy. And Raw is supposed to be the A show. How do you put the guy on the fucking B show?
Well, when Vince, earlier in the day, when Vince said that he was going to make an announcement on the biggest SmackDown acquisition of all time, I kind of figured it was going to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah, did you?
That kind of, yeah. But I was more surprised on Elias. Like, I was not expecting Elias to
No,
win
I
shows.
wasn't either. Yeah.
And when he came out, I was like, oh, shit. Okay, well, it's obviously not going to be just Elias. Somebody else is coming.
Right, yeah.
And so that's when I kind of realized it was going to be Roman. But this...
You know what that means, though, right?
What's that?
When he comes back, the Beast Incarnate is going to be on fucking SmackDown.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're not done with Roman and fucking...
No.
And Brock, they're gonna beat that shit to death.
I'm telling you, the first SmackDown on Fox. That's when Lesnar's gonna show up.
Yep, and it's gonna be against Roman.
Yep.
And he may take the title.
And I think he may wrestle. I think he'll wrestle that night.
It may even be a title match. We may have Roman get the SmackDown title this summer.
Yep.
And defend it against Brock, and Brock's gonna win it, and people are gonna shit all over it.
People are gonna be so pissed.
Like, no, they just ruined fucking SmackDown.
It's like, oh, it's the Universal title all over again.
No, that's exactly why Roman's on SmackDown, because Brock's going to be on SmackDown.
So I have a couple things to say about this segment.
Okay.
I thought the segment was good. I thought Vince really did a good job on everything he did. Bringing out Elias was a very smart thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because if Vince McMahon would have just announced Roman Reigns, the crowd would have booed him out of the building. Mm-hmm. And I think they really would have. But by bringing out Elias, who's a heat magnet, he really softened the blow with Roman.
He did.
So all of that I loved. I thought it was great.
That's a great take.
What I didn't like was Roman Superman punching Vince McMahon. It has nothing to do with Vince being a 70-year-old man. It's the fact that every single somewhat smart fan knows that Roman Reigns is Vince McMahon's boy. Yep. And the only reason they're doing this is so people will think, oh, Roman's not Vince's boy anymore. He's going against Vince. Yeah. We know better, you know, and you're trying to insult our intelligence a little bit by doing this. Yeah. And it is Roman Reigns hitting a 73-year-old man really for no reason. Like,
I didn't
do anything.
I didn't get it either.
So
other than Vince is the heel and Roman's the top dog, you know, I don't know, the big dog, whatever.
Mean, it worked in person because the crowd reacted pretty well to it.
Oh yeah, they loved it.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, just didn't come off as great as it probably should have with me. But overall, I thought the segment was good. Just that little part I didn't like. I think they could have went without doing that.
Yeah, I agree. So, that's SmackDown. Again, to me, I thought Raw was a better show. But I did enjoy the beginning and the end. Mm-hmm. The middle was just for me. But that's just me. But I'm excited that we have some direction now of maybe we can finally get into some new and fresh storylines. I know we keep saying new and fresh, but that really is what it is. So I'm excited to see where they go from here, at least.
Right. So let me ask you, now that the shakeup's done, give me a Raw feud and a SmackDown feud you're most looking forward to.
Well, I'm probably looking forward, and if they do it, hopefully they get back to Andrade and Ray on Raw, even though we've seen it plenty of times on SmackDown.
Still a lot there.
I love them together a lot. And as far as SmackDown, I don't know. maybe. See, I don't even know where Roman's going to go. Like until Brock shows up. Like there aren't really any dominant heels on SmackDown. Like you don't want to ruin Sammy's push right now and have him get beat down by Roman.
Do we do Roman and Lars now?
We could if that's what. Yeah, but I mean then there goes a slow build for Lars.
Right. Yeah.
Unless you put him over.
Right, which is going to be hard to do. But man, it would really cement Lars if you did, though.
Right. And I think actually going back to Raw, because we mentioned it, hopefully they put Usos and the Viking Raiders together. So hopefully we see that. But yeah, as far as
anytime you mess up a name, it pops me every time because I know you do it on purpose.
I do. I try to pop you every time. You fucking you sell it too. You don't no sell me at all.
I'm not selling it, bro. Like it legit makes me laugh every time.
But that's what Stone Cold do. You try to pop the boys in the truck, and you got in trouble for doing that shit. So, but yeah, SmackDown. I don't know. I guess I'm more excited about the women's tag team or the women's possibilities. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. On the spot, I can't really think about it. I'll probably have more for you next week when I have time to think about it. But I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I'm really with you. Like, I thought the tag team divisions on both shows really flourished. The men on Raw and then the women on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I love the pairing of Asuka and Kairi Sane, and I'm quickly becoming a huge Iconics fan. Like I think they're great, and they're getting better in the ring too.
And I'm warming up a little by little.
Yeah, and so like I love the thought of the Iconics versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. I think that's a great feud. That's gonna be great for the women's tag team titles. And then on Raw, I'm with you on the War Raiders and
whatever they're called.
Yeah, and the Usos. Like that one probably excites me the most. But also AJ and Seth eventually. I think that's that's just a dream match for two guys in the ring as good as they are. Like that's something I want to see too. So
yeah,
those are probably the ones. Somebody we didn't mention. How about Roman and Daniel Bryan? That's
I guess because Daniel wasn't there because of his injuries or whatever.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about him. Yeah, I'm down with that for sure. There you go.
I think that's probably where they'll go. Right
Is it too early to do that though?
I don't think so. Because I think that's gonna kind of be your number one contender feud for a bit.
Right.
We'll see where Kofi goes. I still think it's gonna be Kofi and Kevin Owens.
I'm just worried going into Money in the Bank. I don't want Daniel in that match with his concussion issues. I'm so afraid of him doing that, and he probably will. But
I hope not.
Yeah, that really worries me.
Me too. Money in the Bank's gonna be interesting. I know it's coming up quick, and we really hadn't talked about it a lot, which I know we'll probably start talking about it more. But
yeah,
our opinions have changed a little bit over the last couple of months on who we think's gonna win Money in the Bank. So
I guess it depends who they're going to put in the match. I mean, we automatically thought Drew, was going to be the guy. But are they doing separate Money in the Bank matches, or?
It seems like it changes every year. Like sometimes sometimes they do a men's one and a women's one. Like I don't know what they're going to do.
They should just go back to individual shows having their own. To me, each show have a cash in.
Yeah. I don't know. we'll know more in the next week or so exactly how they're going to do everything.
All right.
So,
well, that's it for Raw and SmackDown. So let's get into the current news.
All right. So, with the shakeup being the biggest news of the week, there are some other things that are going around right now.
A lot of shit happened after, the day after we wrapped.
Like the day after, I know, when we did our last podcast, so much stuff dropped. It's crazy, man. As we saw, Daniel Bryan was not on TV this week, and he was also not on TV last week. Well, he is dealing with some kind of undisclosed injury that he got at WrestleMania. He was flown back home the Monday after. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania. Neither WWE nor Bryan has made an official statement on what the injury is. So it does worry me a little bit because nobody's saying anything. I hope it's not concussion related. That's the biggest scare with this, because the last thing we need is him to have head issues again.
Him coming back and saying, "Yeah, I know I've done this before, but I think my career's over."
Yeah.
Because even the fans will be like, "Yeah, whatever, that's a work."
Right.
Right, but no.
So I hope it's not that. I hope it's just some kind of stinger or something. He'll be back, and hopefully that's what it is. Speaking, staying with injuries, when we mentioned Sheamus, Sheamus is also dealing with an injury that is undisclosed that he nor WWE is mentioning as well,
Yep.
which is why he was on SmackDown this week. We've talked for a while about Sheamus, how he's had some neck issues. This has been going on for the last couple years. That he's been kind of wrestling banged up. That's why they put him in a tag team to soften the blow a little bit. But he still works a really physical style, even though he's in a tag team. So I'm hoping this isn't neck related because that's really bad too. But we'll see what happens with it. And neck injuries are something not to mess with. I mean, we saw this with Tommaso Ciampa recently. He wrestled with a bad neck, and he got to a point where he had to have neck surgery. Yep. So if that is kind of what's going on with Sheamus, then hopefully it's not it. But if it is, maybe something he might be up for a while.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully not, man. That's too big of a star to miss.
Yep, for sure. So one of the big news this week, which we've beaten to the ground, is that the WWE.
We never do that, right?
Right. The WWE changed the name of the War Raiders to the Viking Experience this past Monday. Well, according to Mike Johnson, he has said
Mike Johnson!
No relation, by the way.
No, not at all.
There was at one point, the WWE was contemplating naming the duo the Berserkers.
Like the early 90s had the Berserker character.
Yeah.
He came out with a fucking like Viking helmet and all that shit. And he's a big dude. Yukon John Nord came from the AWA. Mm-hmm. And I thought he was a great character. But yeah. That's funny you mentioned that.
Well, what do you think if they'd have been called the Berserkers instead of the Viking Experience?
Couldn't have been any fucking worse, right?
Right. I think the Berserkers would have been kind of cool, actually. Like, I would have been perfectly okay with that.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was weird that was a name that was thrown around, and that there was a former WWE superstar, WWF superstar known as the Berserker.
I wonder if that was Bruce's pitch or Michael Hayes' pitch. One of the two. I don't know.
Yeah. We should be the Berserkers. Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know if he's involved in creative anymore. I'm just pulling that out of my ass. But
well, speaking of creative, one of the big news coming out last week is that Road Dogg Brian James has stepped down as
nice fucking segue, dude. I'm sorry I had to interrupt you, but that was pretty fucking smooth, man. You're a pro.
Thank you. He has stepped down as one of the co-head writers of SmackDown Live. And there was a lot of conflicting reports on why he stepped down. And the main one coming out now is that he's frustrated, that he's mad about all the last-minute changes that are going on with SmackDown.
Oh, really?
And it's being said that James would always be on the road wherever the show was taking place, and he would split that time with being at home in Pensacola, Florida, and Skyping into meetings with Vince McMahon that would take, quote, all night. Other days he would be in the Stanford offices and attending the meetings live until the morning hours. And so he would put in all this time and put these shows together only for Vince McMahon to change at the last minute. So he kind of felt like he was putting all this time in and spending time away from home for nothing. That no matter what he said, it was just going to be changed by Vince at the last minute. So He got kind of frustrated, didn't want to be in that position anymore. And supposedly it is a mutual thing that I guess Vince thought maybe it was time to move on to somebody else as well. So, but Road Dogg is staying in the company. Some people are saying that he's probably going to take Arn Anderson's old role. That's what he's going to be doing. So I guess we're going to see.
It makes sense, man. I mean, that's a lot of workload, man. To work, in creative and getting up to his age and being wanting to be with his family more. I totally understand why he would have done that.
Right. I wish I had the name of the other writer. I don't, unfortunately. I don't know if he's going to be the lone writer of SmackDown now, or if they're going to have somebody else step in that role. Maybe like a Paul Heyman, maybe a Michael Hayes, somebody like that could step in. Maybe a Bruce Pritchard. I don't know.
I love you.
So I wasn't ready for that.
That's what I'm here for.
It's definitely something to watch, though, especially with everything changing on SmackDown lately. So and with it going into Fox, like they're going to want the heavy hitters over there for the Fox run. So
for sure, dude.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right about that.
A couple of days ago, it was announced that the Undertaker has signed a new deal with the WWE, and in this new deal, he cannot do any more non-WWE appearances. but he will still be at StarCast this year.
Well, that sucks, man, because we got like Knoxville Comic Con around here every year. Like, I would have been cool to see him. Yeah, I've already met him once, but it'd be an honor to go see him again. That fucking really sucks for people that never got a chance to see him.
Yeah, because they talked about doing the whole Dead Man Talking thing, which was either going to be a podcast or a one-man show.
Well, I think he had dates in Europe announced for that, so I'm not even sure if he's going to be able to do that anymore. It's already advertised and announced.
Right. I'm sure the WWE would probably be like, okay, go ahead and fulfill your commitments, but once you're done with that, then you can't do any more.
Dude,
but he's probably good.
How big of a get for Conrad is that now?
Right. Yeah.
That was big before, but now it's like you can almost call it like a once in a lifetime deal.
Yeah. The interesting thing is that from what I've read, this is not a Legends contract. Like, this is a legit performer's contract.
Well, he's in pretty good shape now. So I mean, maybe he wants another limited date run.
Possibly. I know, and obviously, we're going to see him at the Saudi Arabia event.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a testing ground to see how he feels. Maybe we get a little run out of him, something like that. But he signed a new deal. It didn't say how long it's for. Can't be longer than like a year or two, right? I mean,
you wouldn't think, yeah.
So, but I just thought it was interesting, and obviously they threw a lot of money at him because he had plans, he had stuff he was ready to do outside of the WWE. But for him to sign this deal, man, they had to throw in something pretty lucrative at him to change his mind. Let's see. Former WWE superstar Luke Harper has requested his release from the WWE.
Oh shit.
We've talked about Luke for a little bit now. We expected him maybe to pair up with Rowan and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
He's been healthy, ready to go for a while. He did put out a really long statement last week, and I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately, but pretty much it was saying, actually, no, it was right before Mania. And it pretty much said that, he still has a lot in the tank and he doesn't really know what's going on, but he's not going to quit. He's going to do the best the opportunity he has. And he had a match at Access against Donovan Dijak or something like that. I can't pronounce his name, but he's an NXT superstar. Supposedly, it was like one of the best matches of the weekend.
No shit.
Yeah, and that it was an incredible match that these two guys put on that hardly anybody saw, unfortunately.
Right.
And I'm wondering maybe if that match kind of opened his eyes and went, man, I still have a lot to give. And if WWE's not going to do anything with me, then I'm going to go somewhere that they're going to do something with me.
He's so good, man. He really is.
Yeah, I've always thought that Luke Harper is one of the more underrated guys in the company.
Yep.
Like he's always put on great matches. He moves around really well. He kind of reminds me, which he goes with the outside WWE. He has the Brody Lee gimmick, which is kind of like it's kind of a throwback to Bruiser Brody a little bit. He kind of looks like him. It's more of like an athletic version of Bruiser Brody.
Right.
So he has a great gimmick, and I've heard he's such a nice guy too. So he's obviously going to have if he gets his release, which I haven't heard if he's actually been granted it yet or not. But I heard he has a long contract left too, kind of like Sasha does. So for him to get out of this contract, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Like there's really no telling with him. So hopefully WWE, I think with them when it comes to Luke Harper, I think the right thing for them to be just to go ahead and let him go. Right. And Sasha's a little different of a situation because I feel like they've built Sasha a lot more than they built Luke Harper.
Yep.
So, Sasha's more their project than Luke was. So, yep. I really think that they should do this. But, best of luck to Luke Harper and whatever he ends up going, whether it be AEW, whether it be Ring of Honor, New Japan. I think he'd be awesome in New Japan. Like for some reason, like that place really sticks out. I think he would be awesome there.
I mean, he's a pretty good athlete, and he's a really hard hitter, so I can see that.
Yep. So I can't believe I saved this one for last because this is probably the least relevant of all the new stuff that I talked about. But there's been some reports about what's going on with Ronda Rousey lately. That she broke her hand at WrestleMania. People were wondering if she was going to be leaving, if she was just going to come back after her hand healed. What was going on? Well, on her YouTube channel, she did a video and announced she's on a impregnation vacation. So, which means that she's going to start a family, and going by timetables and everything. That's at least 9 months?
Yeah, pretty much.
She comes back. So, if everything goes smoothly, and she gets, they start the family right now. I guess she could potentially be back for Mania next year. It could happen. But in my opinion, I think we've seen the last of her. I don't think we'll see Ronda Rousey again. She did her 1 year. I kind of feel like she was getting either kind of tired of it or disgruntled. I think she really worked herself into a shoe with the fans, that the fans turned on her and it really pissed her off.
Right.
And I think she kind of just got tired of it. And she did her 1 year. She's on a 3-year contract, but she did her WrestleMania diligence, and now she wants to go start a family. So I think she's done. I don't think we're going to see Ronda Rousey again.
I didn't even really think of that, honestly. I thought she was going to take time off and possibly try to start a family. Mm-hmm. But since you put it that way, you may be right. So, and if that's the case, that's really unfortunate, because I liked the tail end of her run.
Yeah.
More so than the first, but
yeah, her whole thing about breaking kayfabe and being this ass kicker, like she was great. She was great in her role. So I don't know. It does seem like everybody's already kind of moved on from Ronda at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it seems like Ronda's kind of moved on too. So I wouldn't say the Ronda Rousey experience, I wouldn't say that it was a failed experience, but I don't think it quite lived up to what it could have been as well. I think it was kind of there. I do think she brought a different aspect to it, but I don't think it quite got to where everybody was expecting it was going to get, though.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's a good point. All right, so that wraps up the current news. Now we're going to get into some of the, some of the bullshit that is carrying over from last week regarding our faithful leader, John Wangland.
We have to do this?
Yeah, we kind of do, because,
yeah, because
a lot of people have been asking about it, and a lot of people think this is a work. It's not a fucking work, dude. It's a shoot. Like, I've been legit pissed off, like, for a week now. I won't even return his texts. Like, we've just been pretty much going at it on Twitter, because I won't enter his phone calls or his texts.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you want to break down the fourth wall, he is our producer. He is literally, like, calling into Skype with us and listening to the program and feeding the clips in and all that. So, if you want to really just break kayfabe, that's how our show's process goes. So,
yep.
Thankfully, he's professional enough to usually not get involved and just kind of lean back and just, produce the show. But since he's had kind of a, I don't fucking know, like, split personality or, like, drunk with power or, I don't know, living out his fucking bullshit wrestling fantasy of wanting to be a goddamn heel all of a sudden.
Right.
Like this is some kind of a fucking, like this is kind of a platform for him to become a wrestler, because he wasn't good enough to be one for real. I don't fucking know. But
all of a sudden he got this idea and this opportunity to be a manager for somebody, and all of a sudden he wants to take it to a business platform like we have and try to put himself over. That's what.
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. Anthony Katina, indie wrestler, has asked him to be a manager for a show coming up in New York. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he just wants to. Maybe he thinks it's a fucking work, but it's pissed both of us off. So if he's using our show as a fucking testing ground to try to get his personality over, he can go fuck himself sideways, because I'm not playing that bullshit anymore.
Yeah, because we went into this saying that this is our show. And, this is mine and yours project. This is our baby. This is what we put time and effort into. And we're doing this for our fans and for ourselves, and to have a good time. And, to have somebody come in and just do what he's doing to not, I don't want to say hijack our show, but to change our show and to give our show a different look than we're used to. It's ridiculous, man.
I'm surprised he hasn't jumped in already, but
I see him.
Yeah, I see the look he's giving us right now, but it's he said he wasn't gonna get involved in what we do. Let the record show, he asked us to be on his network. We didn't ask him to fucking join him. He wanted the fucking best, and that's who we got. So let the record show that he's the one that wanted us to be the first signees of his network, because he knew how big we were getting.
Yep. Which is why I think he's doing this on our show, because he knew he brought us in first. Like he knew what we were bringing to the table.
And he knew we were fucking money. So, I mean, you can't blame him for that. It's a smart business decision on his part. Yeah. But don't fucking go around here and try to make out like this is some kind of a goddamn game to get you over as a fucking wrestling manager or you wanting to be a heel your entire life. But
not at our expense. Not at our expense. It's something we've worked so hard towards.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the fucking countless hours that we put into this shit, to entertain everybody. It's like we don't usually want to talk about shit like that, but I mean, like, it's fucking 10 o'clock at night right now. Like, I'm gonna be up till midnight, putting this show together because I'm not fucking letting him do it this week.
Right.
But that being said, we're gonna play you what happened this past Monday. We had planned to do a watch along of the Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair match from the Chi-Town Rumble with John and his dad Stan, who we adore. We fucking love Stan.
We love Stan. Yeah.
And it was supposed to be our episode 38 for next Tuesday, but that got fucked up. So since it was just a short show, we're gonna release that right now, so you guys can watch it on YouTube and when it goes up, and for you guys listening on the audio feed, here's what happened this past Monday with us and John. Hey guys, welcome back to Rad Rob Gaming. I'm your host, Rad Rob, along here with my best buddy, Jeff Johnson. We're doing another watch-along of a pretty famous match. We're going to watch the first match of the Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat trilogy from 1989. I know you haven't really seen these a lot, Jeff, so I hope you're fired up to watch it.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard about the trilogy, and, this is a little bit right before I started watching, so I'm stoked. I'm really excited to get into it.
Awesome, me too. Our special guest, well, we got one special guest. It's the I popped myself with that one. It's the host of Just Thinking and co-host of The People Under the Stairs, the one, the only Wangland that counts, Stan the Man Wangland. What's up, Stan?
Hey, nothing much, except I'm pleased to be with most of you guys here tonight.
We're always glad. We're always glad to see you. We're always glad that you get to watch new matches with us that you've never seen before.
Well, I remember Ric Flair and the other guy he's having this match with, and I used to have hair like Ric Flair.
Yeah, me too.
I had a big mullet like that.
At least you still have your hair. I don't have any.
That's true, man.
I guess we have to announce the other asshole that's here.
Oh man,
that would be your son, the host of Wrestling with Reality, who did a mesmerizing show on the fucking Game of Thrones the other night. So about 14 people probably tuned in to listen to that. But Jesus. It's the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, John Wangland. What's going on, asshole?
14 people, dickhead? Way more than that already, man. So like, try at least putting about 100 times that right now already, because when people hear Wrestling with Reality's doing a show and they hear John Wangland, the numbers come out, man. 14 people, that might have been your number before you came on and started riding my coattails a little bit, and I was helping your shows here, man, because let me tell you, that was your number there, buddy boy. Now you're actually pulling in some decent ratings because you hopped on the big show with the big boys. I thought you were going to be nice to start this shit off, man, but you had to be a dick right off the bat, man. What the hell's your deal, man?
I told you on Twitter today, Jeff had to talk me into doing this because I don't want to do anything with you. I don't even want to be on your stupid fucking show on Thursday nights anymore, because the shit that you pulled last week on our show is uncalled for. And you fucking agreed before we started this whole fucking thing that you weren't going to get any involved in creative in our show. And then what do? You pull a segment because a parody account cut a fucking joke on you, just like he did to fucking Blake and Jeff and whoever else, man. But you had to take it seriously and pull that shit. Everybody loves that polyester shit, man, but you took it too seriously. And you have no right. You have no right to have any input on our show. I don't give a fuck what you own or what you think you own. It's our show. And we can just fucking take it and leave it. We don't even need your goddamn network. We'll be fine on our own.
Then go be fine on your own if you want to act like that, man. Because let me tell you, read your contract and read the things in the fine print, man, of the contract, man. And it states that I have the ultimate authority on anything that I want to do and put in the show.
Yeah, you didn't even ask us first.
I had told you before I didn't want to.
Wait a second now. Wait a second here now. Come on. Now, you two guys are wonderful. I think of you just like two sons. Jeff is sitting there. I can see him right on the thing here. He's very upset justifiably so. Rob, I speak to you all the time. So you're a lovely kid. John, I'm your father. I've coached you. We've done a million things together. This isn't the way to act. You know that now. Come on now. You guys just have to stop that. You're just into that wrestling mindset.
Hey, all he's got to do is apologize, man.
Come on.
What the fuck do I apologize for? You're the one that fucking changed the clip on my show without even asking me or Jeff.
I don't have to ask shit to anybody, and you don't need to be getting involved in this, man, because this is between me and them, and this is my business, and this is what I do. So you can seriously keep your nose out of it now.
Well, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, man. I'm going to tell you.
Wait a second, Rob. Whoa, just hold on for a second. I thought you were talking to Rob.
No, I'm talking to you here.
You're talking to me.
I'm talking to you. I'm telling you right now. You can just think yourself and just think to know that the Reality Check Podcast Network doesn't have Stan's name on it. It has John's name on it. So you can just think your way out, man, if that's what you want to act like, if you want to side with them. Because you know what? I'll get another great act, man. And then you can go hang out with the people under the stairs, too, and hit the bricks, brother. Well, because let me tell you, people are going to realize real quick, you disrespect the boss, that's what you get, man.
Whoa, wait a second. You're the boss?
I am the boss.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not Sasha Banks here. I'm the real boss of this network.
Now, I'm watching. You guys, I have to apologize and everything else like that. But you see, you're going to see stoicism in action here right now. See, I could get all upset about this, or I can choose how I'm going to react. Now, let me tell you how you're saying you're the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you how I'm going to react. I'll leave it up to your fans. I'll leave it up to your fan base. I'm going to take a little cue from Rob over here, because I could take my show anywhere. I certainly had a show before working with you, and it's been wonderful working with you, and I'll continue to work with you as long as my fans or your fans tell me that they want me to stay on this network. But I think you've gone over and beyond. I don't know whether you have diabetes or something's going on with you. Or what's going on?
My mind is
allergy
free.
Medication.
No. My mind is free and clear in life.
I'm done. I'm out of here tonight before
Hit the bricks.
I say something. Okay.
No, come on, Stan.
No, that's it.
Adios, man. See you
Adios.
later. Head your ass out of here now. Don't act like that on this show. Hit the bricks, Susie.
Dude, it's your fucking dad, you stupid fuck. How the fuck are you gonna talk to your own father like that?
I can talk to him any way I want.
Man, fuck this shit, man. Fuck you. I'm out of here. I swear to God, dude. Like,
I really took this one to heart because
we love Stan.
We love Stan, and also this is one of the matches in series that you've hyped to me since we first met.
Yeah.
And I've never seen this before. I was looking forward to it, and all weekend, this is what I was looking forward to, and for John to come on and do what he did and just shoot the whole thing down and just make an ass of himself. It really bummed me out a lot. That's why I walked away, because this was, I love wrestling. I love our podcast, and this was something that I was really, really, really looking forward to, and it pissed me off, man. I couldn't take it anymore.
It takes a lot to get you pissed off, because you're like guys, you don't even know. Like, Jeff is legit the most laid back guy I've ever met in my life. Like, happy go lucky, just fucking loves life. He's always happy, even when he's in a bad mood. He always puts on a happy face. So for him to get openly pissed off and publicly, let it be known that he's upset, it takes a lot. It's a really big deal. Yeah. I just want to let you guys know that it takes a lot to get Jeff Johnson pissed off at somebody.
And he did, man. He pissed me off.
Because he's fucking with our show, our dream, our passion. We're not making any money on this shit. We fucking paid John to produce these shows and to promote them every week.
Yep.
Let the record show. We pay him, every month, a decent amount of money to put this up on his fucking servers and all that. So, it's not like we're making money on this shit. Yeah, we have ads and stuff like that, but we're still an upstart, man. You guys don't even know. There's hardly any money unless you're a big name. There's no money in podcasting, so we're doing this shit for fun. And for him to come around and fuck us like that, he's just fuck you, man. I can see you looking at me, he's just a whole new type, a new breed of asshole. It fucking pisses me off. Well, Jeff, I'm not really happy about this, but since the imbecile of the week is gone now, we have the idiot of the week.
Yeah. I was afraid we're going to have to do this again.
It is here. It is that time of the week that everybody is waiting for. It is the idiot of the week, my friends. And let me tell you, you guys should be kissing the ground that I walk on, because that episode last week with the idiot of the week took you jabronis to number 57 on the Stitcher list, man. And
you're taking credit for that.
Once they heard that the money was on there, they heard that my segment was on there, replacing that imbecile freaking polyester. They all came in droves, my friend. It's not coincidence. Wangling equals ratings. Wrestling with Reality is ratings. I bring it to Rad Turtles Wrestling, and I bring it to wherever I go. You can thank me later for the rub that I'm giving you. I'm doing this as tough love, my friend.
You fucking smug, sanctimonious, egotistical son of a bitch. Don't even fucking try to claim that you brought us ratings with your stupid ass fucking segment. Dude, that's where I draw the line. Like, you're taking this shit to a whole new level. Well, you know what? I got a fucking surprise for you, asshole.
Yeah, what's your surprise for me?
Yeah, you think we're going to play the Idiot of the Week now? No, we're not. Backed by popular demand is Polyester with the Imbecile of the Week. Take it off, Polly.
Good evening to each and every one of you imbeciles out there. Welcome back.
Come on.
Favorite segment. The Imbecile of the Week, brought to you by, well, me, Polyester, the evil Taylor. So,
Jesus Christ.
This week, I think I'm going to go ahead and put Imbecile John as the Imbecile of the Week again this week, because he decided he wanted to kick me off my own segment, wanted to do this creative control gimmick, and no, we're not going to have none of that. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put John as the Imbecile of the Week.
Turn this shit off, Rob. Come on.
You know what? You can't turn it off because I'm live, John. I'm right here.
Boom, bitch. We got Polyester on the line. You thought it was a fucking recording, you stupid asshole.
You got him out of the freaking sweatshop here, man?
Oh, no sweatshop, sir. No sweatshop. It's not a sweatshop. But John,
is this crap, man?
Just to prove my point of how much of an imbecile you are. Let me just prove my point here. What was it? A couple of weeks ago, last week, whenever this stupid hashtag Radmania was going on, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
And the reason why I didn't like hashtag Radmania is because my contract stipulated that I had to hear, every single one of those it was just too much. It was too much. But anyway, on that week, you decided you wanted to do a watch along to a particular match, the TLC match, at WrestleMania 17, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, John. Well, just to prove how much of an imbecile you are, you got the town wrong. It was not in Seattle. It was in Houston, Texas.
Dumbass.
You got the year, the number wrong. It wasn't 19. It was 17. You also said that that was the first TLC match. No, it was the second. The first one was a year prior in SummerSlam. So that was 3 imbecilic things that you said, and I would know because I was there live. So that best WrestleMania of all time, as far as I'm concerned, is proving that you are the Imbecile of the Week, sir.
I am no imbecile, my friend. I'd like to see ticket stubs. I'd like to see proof that you were really there, Mr. Esther, Mr. Polyester.
I'm not gonna. I don't need to show it. I'm telling you, I was there. But yeah, I might do it for you. I might show you a ticket stub. It's gonna be an old, worn out WrestleMania X7. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do you that favor, John. I think I'm gonna do you that favor. But just,
I think too. We have to revisit that episode a little bit, and must have been. Everybody that was on there talking about that too agreed on that too. So if you're going to call me the Imbecile of the Week for that week, you might want to sit over there to these rad jabronis over here from the Ninja Turtle podcast and do the same shit to them.
No, it is just you're the sole Imbecile of the Week. So for back-to-back weeks, you decided to claim Imbecile of the Week. Congratulations.
Yep, there you go, John. Yep, you really earned that, asshole. Yep.
Well, you know what?
No, hold on. No, shut the fuck up. This is my show. You've had your fucking time. No. You've had your fucking time to talk. I'm the goddamn host of this show. You fucking let me talk.
Hold your ass on for a second here. You hold your ass on and you listen here, because you want to pull this shit on me. You want to bring the leader of the sweatshop here, Polyester, in. You want to have him call out a couple things here that we were doing live. You know what? All I'm gonna say is tomorrow, you better be lined up here for the taping on Thursday and not flake out like the little bitch that you've been, Rob. And you better be on the show that you're contractually obligated to as well with me. And we're going to have fun together, Rob. And we're not going to take your snarky ass tone and your snotty ways. And Polly, Monday, my friend, okay? Monday. I will respond to you on Monday and your imbecile of the week shit 2 times in a row and the way and the disrespect that you're showing to me at this moment.
Disrespect?
Polly,
He just proved that you're a fucking moron because you didn't even know where the fuck they were wrestling. You didn't know what goddamn event it was. And then you tried to blame it on me and Turtles. We weren't
even
even there.
geniuses are wrong once in a while, so I'm wrong once in a while here.
We didn't do a fucking watch along with you, you dumb fuck. We weren't even there.
Yeah, and then the imbeciles that were on the podcast agree with you. Oh, yeah, Mike Durban was there. No, Mike Durban was not there. I was there. He wasn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you know what? We did so many events there. I had to keep you guys in line all week long for Rad Mania. Once in a while, some of his details will escape from this ironclad thinking right here. This genius level 147 IQ that puts your 144 to shame, Mr. Polyester, the evil Taylor. But
you have a 147 IQ?
I have a 147 IQ, sir. And you know what?
You couldn't get the WrestleMania 16 things? I mean, seriously?
Polly, we'll talk again on Monday, man.
Okay.
All right, John's gone. I just took him off the call, so he can kiss my ass. I was tired of hearing his bullshit. So
kiss your ass too. I agree. He could kiss your ass.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. We he's been running his mouth for a couple weeks now, and we had to put him in his place. And I know you're a very, very busy man. I know you have a lot going on with your business and all that, but I really, really enjoy you coming on and putting John in his place. And we will come back next week. We're going to get banging together. We're going to get, everybody from the network. We're going to have a big free for all. So we're going to try to work this out next week.
Imbecile Bang, correct?
Imbecile Bang, yes, that's correct. So, like I said, I know you're a busy man, and I'm sure I'm going to have to pay you for this appearance too, which is fine. It's money well spent. Yeah,
you know what? When it comes to putting John in his place, name your price, my friend.
Yeah, it's money well spent. So we're not worried about that. Cash is no object. Is no object here. Money's no object. We can spend it on you. That's fine. We'll just take it away from his proceeds. So anyway, Polly.
But you two are still imbeciles.
Well, I mean,
that's fair. Hey, I was one of the first ones, and I'm proud. I'm proud to be one of the first imbeciles.
Yeah.
Quit acting like it's some kind of no. You're missing the whole point of Imbecile of the Week, Jeff. You're missing the whole point. You're supposed to be ashamed, not proud of it.
I have to know my place, and if it's on the internet and it's said, it has to be true.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that, but I still think
it's. I guess.
I mean, I still think it's pretty cool. But anyway, we appreciate you being here, Polly, and I'm looking forward to getting you back on next week because we're gonna get everybody together, and we're all gonna take John out. So we'll see you next week, buddy. And one more thing, remember I said that I had that custom suit that you made me. It had a little bit of fraying on it. That wasn't your fault.
No, that's fake news. No, you can't afford my prices. Fake news.
That never gets old. Thank you for joining us, Polly, and we'll see you next week, sir.
No problem. Imbeciles.
You like how I cut him off there, huh?
That was great. I loved it. I loved it. Finally got something.
Yep. Fuck you, John. We're taking back control of our show, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, he wants to hijack our show with his bullshit segments. Like,
yeah, you thought you were gonna do the idiot of the week, and we pulled Polly out, man. He had no fucking idea that was coming. That was so good, man. God. And Polly, to his, I mean, let's all bullshit aside. We know it's a parody account. Whoever the man behind Polly is, still stayed in character, and that's just fucking fantastic. So I mean, like, as much as we love him and we want to be imbeciles of the week, he's still like, you guys are fucking so stupid. It's not supposed to be a good thing. It's a bad thing. we still love you, Polly, and fuck you, John. I'm so glad we are able to get at least some kind of retribution against him. So,
and this is why we want Polly on our show every week. This is why we agreed to do this with him.
Because he's money, man.
Yeah.
So next Monday we're gonna record a. I don't know what to fucking call it. We should just call it the Brawl for All, because like we're gonna get everybody from the network together, and good, bad, or indifferent, we're gonna try to hash this shit out. I guess I don't know. Like, something has to give. Mm-hmm. So this will be our Tuesday show next week, which should have been our watch along, thanks to Fuckface. It's not. But we're going to get in the network together, and there's probably going to be people taking their sides. It's probably going to be like a 6-way clusterfuck, but
yeah, listen for our younger viewers. Probably listener discretion advised. Just so you guys know.
If you have kids that listen to this or whatever, or you're young, you probably exactly.
Because there's going to be a lot of different personalities, a lot of people with built up anger with this whole situation, letting everything fly. So nothing's being held back next Monday. So you guys be ready. And John, I hope your fucking ass is ready too.
Ooh, damn! Shots fired. Look at Jeff. He's real pissed now.
I'm pissed, dude. Like I'm happy. I'm happy Paulie got in what he did. I'm happy what we did. But damn it, I'm sick of this bullshit, man. And I'm sick of him throwing his weight around, acting like that he owns us, owns everything that we do. Fuck him, dude. I'm tired of this. This shit needs to end. And you know what? I've been quiet this whole time, but next Monday I'm gonna tell him exactly how I feel.
Can you say that again as Big Johnny?
I can't. I can't.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
see, he's fucking pissed. I told you. I popped in there for a second, but no. Jeff is. I swear to God, I've never seen him like this, man. I tried to get you, but no. Jeff is legit pissed.
I'm legit pissed. But you know what? We're professionals. We still got work to do. So to put on a fucking award-winning podcast, because that's what we do. So
yeah, that's what we're gonna continue to do because we're the best.
And
now I feel kind of bad because I've also shown my ass publicly, and literally, this is the very thing that got us noticed. Like, I got on Kuhn and Russo for fighting in public on Twitter, and John and I have done the very exact same. Like, everything just fucking comes full circle.
Yeah.
And now I'm guilty of doing the same fucking thing that started us, like, to even get noticed by John and get signed by his network. So I actually want to apologize to everybody for showing my ass publicly on Twitter and all that. Just any chance I get to fucking just jab fucking Wangland on social media, I do it. And I've realized that's the very same fucking thing I was against in the first place. So for that, I do apologize. I don't apologize for what I said. I just apologize for doing it publicly.
Right.
But that being said, we don't have any questions this week in the mailbag, so we're actually going to wrap it up here. Another good show, man. Unfortunately,
kind of an intense way to end.
Yeah,
this.
and I'm sorry, it's not really a good way to end this. We usually go out. We're happy. We're typically happy. Well, I mean, I'm a cranky old fucker, but I mean, typically on the show, we're happy people. And sometimes things happen. Dude, Bang and Dang. If you guys don't listen to the podcast? The podcast,
yeah.
If you don't listen to the podcast, they did their fucking NBA playoff show, and then all of a sudden this bullshit came up between John and us. It affected their show too.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up. It's a domino effect, man. I mean.
And Blake and I have talked about it. We haven't talked about it on Effing For Real, but
thank God.
Thankfully that hasn't carried over to us.
Well, mostly because Blake fucking loves me, and I'm his goddamn
idol. Yeah.
Anyway, so we already know where you guys stand. So yeah,
you're his idol. I'm his best friend, so we know what side he's going to take.
Right.
But he's not happy with it either, and he sees what's going on. So he's voiced his opinion a couple times, but Everybody in one way or another on the network's been affected from this.
Yep.
So.
And then people on Twitter have taken sides, and people in the network have taken sides, and now we got two brothers fighting with Bang and Dang, and we just started a whole bunch of new shit with them inadvertently. We had nothing to do with it really, but just guilt. By proxy of them being on the network, they're affected by it too. So right. John really has started and I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking, man. I really don't. I wish I could get inside his head and try to understand where the fuck he's coming from. If he thinks this is a fucking joke, it's not. This is literally affecting other people in the network and, in real life on social media and stuff. So,
yeah.
But anyway, that being said, I'm excited for next week. Hopefully, it's either going to get worse or it's going to fucking end. I don't know. This isn't fucking clickbait. This will be a must listen episode because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm willing to try to work it out with him, but when we get all these fucking personalities together, and Polly's going to be there as well,
yeah,
and hopefully we're getting Bang and Dang on there. I haven't got anything back from them yet. We're definitely going to be there. John's definitely and Polly are definitely going to be there. I'm trying to get everybody else, Stan included.
Yeah.
And just try to work it out, or who knows? Maybe we'll end up having to leave the network. He's probably going to
shit's going to get answered next Monday, one way or another. Yeah.
And he might just continue to hold his contract shit over our head. Like you said, I'm under the impression if we leave, we're going to lose the name for breach of contract. I don't even know if that's legal, but
I mean, it probably is at this point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see when Monday gets here.
Yeah.
We got time. We got the weekend to figure out exactly what we're going to say, how it's going to go.
And I got to be on his fucking show to record tomorrow night. So, dude, I don't even know how that's going to go. Like, I told him last week, fuck you, I'm not doing it, because it was like the day after.
Yeah.
And again, he pulled up the contract bullshit. So
yeah, you got to be there.
I got to be there. So I don't tune into Wrestling with Reality. It's going to be our fucking Saturday show. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I'd like to say I'm a consummate professional, but like I said, man, when you start fucking with my life and my passion and what and getting my best friend pissed off and all that, like, I can take it. I'm a big guy, but you're very, very.
I'm very non-confrontational.
You're not.
But you know what? But I'm also not going to be stepped on, and I'm not going to be taken advantage of either.
Right,
and I don't know. I'm not going to let it happen to you as well. So
right, and you're very passionate about this. So
I am. As are you.
I am, but I mean, I really hate to see the effect that it's taken on you. But I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. We'll end it there. Sorry, guys, to end on a flat note like that. But anyway, sorry about not getting to the mailbag. It's just so much going on, and I expected a shit ton of questions, but I don't think people know how to approach it. So
right.
It's been kind of quiet on that front.
Maybe by the flagship show next week, people have a better idea of what's going on, and they can.
This is literally. It's not ruining the entire show, but it sucks that we have to actually address this and end this show on a shitty note. But
right, a show that I thought we did really well on. I thought it was a great show.
I had a great time tonight.
I did too.
No, it is what it is. So, if you guys want to email us, it's Rad Turtles. It's Rad Turtles Wrestling. I'm so fucking deflated at this point. Any questions or comments you guys have, we'll definitely read on the air, because we do love our fans. Don't ever get that wrong. Like, once this bullshit fucking either stops or I don't know, we'll be here eventually. Like, if we leave the network, we're still gonna put on our show just like we did before. Like, we'll go back to fucking slumming it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not afraid. Like, it's not the end of us. It just might be the end of us on the Reality Check Podcast Network. But we're still gonna be here regardless. So, but anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments you want us to read on air, it's you can email us at radturtleswrestling@gmail.com. You can tweet us at radturtlespod. Where can we find you on social media, buddy?
You guys can find me on Twitter. I'm at Run with Turtles. I also have my I can't even just do this with enthusiasm. I have my Twitch gaming channel, twitch.tv/Run with Turtles. I am hoping to be on there quite a bit this weekend. So you guys hit me up if you guys want to talk about anything going on, talk wrestling. You guys come talk to me. So. And then I have my YouTube channel. Just search Run with Turtles on YouTube, and you guys will find me.
So there you go. So until next week, guys, we hope you have a great weekend. If you guys want to tune into Wrestling with Reality, that's fine. I wouldn't advise it, because it's probably going to be a shit show. But we will be back Tuesday for the intervention, maybe we should call it.
No, real quick before we go, you guys make sure to tune into Wrestling with Reality, because I want you guys to hear that John's being like this on his too, and Rob, and you know what, Rob's gonna be on there, and he works his ass off. So you guys listen to Wrestling with Reality. Make sure you do.
All right. Well, you didn't have to say that, but I appreciate it. But yeah, until then, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And we'll see you back here on our podcast on Tuesday for the intervention. I guess is what we're going to call it. I don't even know yet. But it'll be our network get together. I don't even know what to call it. But goddamn, this sucks. We love you guys. Like, seriously, like, we're so humbled that you have made us, and that's another fucking thing. Like, I hate to keep going on this, but asshole keeps taking credit for our success. You know, like he's the reason why we're so popular because of his global reach or whatever. But like, whatever, like that's fine. And obviously, he's been doing this for 9 months. He's got his algorithms, you know, pretty much spot on. He knows how to market shows and all that. But we're still the fucking horses putting into work. I mean, like, it's our show that people love.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you find it, people are tuning in for us. And the reason why your numbers, John, look so great, it's because of us, and because of how much the people love us and how great of a show we put on. So the fact that we're trending on iTunes and Spotify, we love you fans. Like, we'll do anything for you guys. Seriously, we're so humbled by the support. It might not sound like it when I'm tooting my own horn and saying we're the best, but like
we wouldn't be the best, not you guys.
But we're also confident in ourselves too. But we appreciate all you guys' support, and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again for listening to the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast. Once again, you can follow us on Twitter. We are at RadTurtlesPOD, and you can email the show, and we will read it on air. Our email address is radturtleswrestling@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all of your support. You have been listening to the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast, only here on the Reality Check Podcast Network.